Getting you ready for game time. Join me, Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball, as I announce play-by-play. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe, because now we're about to go live. Entering the pregame, we now present Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball. And welcome into the 2024 NBA Finals, everybody. Glad to be on the call with you guys here on the channel. Welcome in, and we got a great series in store. The Boston Celtics looking for banner 18, 4 more victories, and they would get it at the top of the NBA mountain for most championships as a franchise. The Boston Celtics in game number 1 tonight, hosting the Dallas Mavericks here, and what should be a phenomenal NBA Finals. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell, as well as we are on our road to 27,000 subscribers here on the channel. And wow, it's going to be hopefully a thrilling NBA Finals here to be along. What's good? Vegas in the stream. Welcome in. Charlisa, thanks for joining in. My man Benny, thanks for being a part here on the channel. Things going really well. I'm glad to see you, man. And hopefully everything is going pretty well for you. And thanks so much, man, for joining in for this one here. M. Stone and Michael, Handsome Me Pogi, Arcel, Ryan, glad to have you guys all back on the channel tonight for this matchup. Decided to start this one very early for me today. So usually I'm not like this early for a stream. It's usually like 10 to 15 minutes prior to the tip-off. Tip-off will be around 8:35 p.m. Eastern time, and around 33 minutes from now we'll be tipping it off, so around 8:35 p.m. Eastern. We're only at 8:03 here at the moment, but a lot to go through here in the pregame for you guys, as we haven't had basketball in a week for the NBA playoffs, so wanted to get back in the excitement, the hype, and doing it early. And different layout as well. I'm with my family tonight in the living room, so Mr. Tops, I actually created a tortoise slide for Mr. Tops and for a break slide, but he'll be on the stream hopefully tonight for Mr. Tops here, much quicker fashion than usually the break slide that I have in the past, where I have to go out of my room and pick him up and find out where he is. What's good, Mr. Smiley? Bill in the stream, Behind the Arc fan, welcome in. Glad to have you guys back in here for game 1 of the finals. Boston 64-18, best regular season record in the NBA this season. They went 37-4 on their whole floor. Dallas 50-32, 25-16 on the road, but a completely different Dallas Mavericks team from what they had during the first matchup against the Celtics, where the Celtics beat them by 9. The Celtics played against them a second time and crushed them back on March the 1st. But definitely a different team since the NBA trade deadline, and both of these teams have been rolling throughout the playoffs, and the Celtics are 12-2 in the playoffs so far through their first 3 rounds. Mavs are 12-5 so far, but much more difficult pathway. I'll go over that in just a moment. Adam, Gabriel, Jimmy on the stream, welcome in. For me, for my prediction, I got the Celtics tonight by 13 today for this game, so 116-103 for my prediction for this matchup today here. So Dallas, they're the 5 seed. No 5 seed has ever won the NBA Finals before. There's only been 1 seed lower than a 5 that won. That was the Houston Rockets as a 6 seed for Houston. So they're the only team to ever win the NBA Finals. That was back in 1995 over the Magic as a 6 seed. Dallas 12-5 record in the playoffs, 7-2 on the road. And they've also won 5 straight road playoff games for the Mavs, so they haven't lost a road playoff game in a month span, back on May the 7th at Oklahoma City. And They played a lot of their games close. 3 playoff losses by 5 points or less. 2 playoff losses by double digits, which both of those were in Game 1 matchups. So if the Celtics here, this is the game I feel like that Boston needs to take tonight, because Dallas, they have struggled in Game 1. So they did come back and beat Minnesota in the last series in the Game 1 matchup in the Western Conference Finals. They did struggle, losing by double digits in Game 1 against the Clippers in the first round by 12, 109-97. They lost against the Thunder 117-95 in the Game 1 matchup in the first round. Celtics 12-2. They had duds in Game 2 of the first and the second round. 12 victories, 2 losses throughout their entire playoff stretch. Both of those losses were at home. They're 6-2 at home in the playoffs. And the 2 losses came against the Heat in Game 2, 111-101 in the first round. Lost against the Cavs, 118-94 the second round. They've just been so dominant. I've know that they have a much easier pathway compared to Dallas. We'll go over that in just a moment, what the pathways were, but much easier pathway, taking advantage of injuries, but super dominant, just like how they were throughout the course of the season, with 64 wins, most of those by double digits, and 8 out of the 12 happened to be by double-digit victories for the Celtics. But if there's any indication here, 3 out of the 4 against the Pacers, those weren't very easy to pick up for wins, as they had 3 of those victories by a combined, 3 of those wins by 5 points or fewer decided by in those games. Those were 2-possession games that they cranked out every single time for Boston, and this is just a reminder here that this Celtics team, based on how they've looked this year, just completely different from past teams for the Celtics, where they would lie down, they would choke big leads, they would lose the game. This team, in a game wire to the finish, always just found an answer to come back and win these close games this season. They're going to be playing against a very clutch Dallas Mavericks team today, and this one here. So pathway for Dallas, they are so far 12-5 in the playoffs, 1-6, 4-2 against the Clippers in the first round, beat the Thunder in 6, which was the 1 seed. So they took down the 4 seed, the 1 seed, and then the 3 seed, Minnesota, in the last round, and they made it look easy, 1-5 against Minnesota. If they had swept Minnesota, that would have been the first time ever that in NBA playoff series in the conference finals, both of the teams, East and West, had ever swept. But still, it's been a lengthy rest. Like, we've had a week since the last time we've seen basketball. It feels like it's been an eternity out here. It's been just so long, because, like, the Celtics have had 10 full days of rest, Dallas with 7. It's been crazy. Like, I cannot believe all the gap here between the last stream that they had for like an NBA playoff game for you guys, and that's why I'm just so pumped up tonight for this one, for these finals here to happen. Wow, so Porzingis gonna come off the bench. Yeah, I can imagine that right here. So I'm gonna see if there's any starters that's being indicated, because I started off this stream, I couldn't find the starters list that was out just yet. Usually it's posted around like 20 minutes or so. Here we go, it's been announced. So those starters have been announced within the top of the hour right now. Wow, so Jared on the street, welcome in. I heard ticket prices are crazy, like at the door, like $700 plus to get in for tonight's game. So Boston, oh wait, 1 second. I'm going by Twitter here. Sean Grandy, who's the play-by-play announcer for the Celtics, he just tweeted out actually that Porzingis is starting tonight. So he's got on his tweet Holiday, White, Brown, Tatum, and Porzingis, according to Sean Grandy. I'll see if there's a duplicate right there to make sure to match that. And then Dallas, with their starting 5, is Luka, Kyrie, Derrick Jones Jr., PJ Washington, and Daniel Gafford. Nobody's out tonight. Everybody's healthy tonight for this game. So, wow. Actually, Keith Smith. Okay, so Keith Smith posts Al Horford as a starter, but Sean Grandy posted Porzingis as a starter. And, wow, that's quite interesting right there. So I wonder if that's going to have to be updated by somebody right now. So there's been a little bit of conflicting reports between who is the starter tonight between Al Horford, according to Keith Smith of the NBA at Sport Track, and also the play-by-play announcer that does the radio call, Sean Grandy, has Porzingis as the starting 5. So that'll have to be seen by tip-off what happens here. What's good, Anastasia on the street? Welcome in. Yeah, I've got all the confidence in the world of the Celtics. This is their year to make it banner 18 and able to have one more than the Lakers for Boston. Celtics, much easier pathway to get here. They beat the 8 seed, the Heat, got revenge on them last year for eliminating them in 7 in the Eastern Conference Finals, 1-5 against Miami, and then they 1-5 against Cleveland, and then they won in a sweep over Indiana, but they had 3 tough games against Indiana, but it was this playoffs run, they haven't really been challenged, and they're going to get Luka and Kyrie tonight in this matchup here. They've had a much easier pathway. Multiple players injured for key stars. Jimmy Butler, Donovan Mitchell, Tyrese Halliburton, 3 of the key stars that were injured during the last season. And tonight, this is going to be a big one right now. Celtics, in my opinion, they got more balance with their starting 5 compared to Dallas with their starters, which Dallas is... If both of the guys are on their game, Kyrie and Luka, then they're going to be tough to stop. But if the Celtics can neutralize, I would imagine it being Kyrie. That is the key to this game here in this series. The entire series is neutralizing Kyrie in this series. If they can neutralize Kyrie and hold him to like 23 points or less, then they got a good chance to winning these games. Whereas Luka, I get a feeling he's going to get his like 35, possibly 40 points. It all depends on what Kyrie scores. But if both of those guys drop 30 plus on you, it's going to be tough sledding in this series for the Celtics if that does happen. So Boston looking to go for banner 18 here. And last championship, this is crazy right here. The crazy stat is that both the Celtics and the Mavs, they won the same amount of NBA championships over a 35-year span. That is crazy. So all the way back to 1987, Boston has won just one championship with a big 3. KG, Pierce, and Ray Allen back with in 2008. Also Rajon Rondo on that team. And then Dallas won with Dirk Nowitzki in 2011. And Jason Kidd was actually on that team, so the head coach for Dallas, who is coaching tonight for the Mavs, was on that team. This is their 3rd trip to the NBA Finals for Dallas. They're 1-1. They lost in 2006, won in 2011, and then Celtics here have gone multiple times to the NBA Finals. They won 17 championships, but crazy thing about it is that they've only had one since 1987. Before that, the last 2, 1986 and then 2008. Yeah, that's a huge key. They got 2 lob threats, Gafford, and also Derek Lively the second. And Porzingis is huge for this series, because his rim protection is massive. That's what Luka loves to do, is lob it over to the 2 big guys down low, and they were torching Minnesota constantly in the second half. Every single game in that series, they would go right to the alley-oop lob 3, 4, 5, 6 times constantly in that series in the second half alone. This Dallas team has recorded more slam dunks than any other team in the playoffs. Their slam dunk percentage is by far higher than any other team, and a lot of the stuff that they do operating at the rim is lobs. So having a 7'3" Porzingis massive out there. Plus, if he's healthy, it's going to be tough for those big guys to get out to the perimeter because how Porzingis stretches the floor. If he's healthy and if he can find his shot and make his shots around the perimeter like he did in the last regular season game against Dallas, then those guys are probably going to be late to closing out because they're going to want him to get into the paint. And they're going to be focused on more in the paint, whereas he can just pop up around the perimeter and knock down shots. This series has been just recently. It's been wild between these 2 teams actually. So Boston they've won the last 4 in this series. They're 46-40 all time. But Dallas won the previous 4 before Boston won the 4 straight. And the crazy thing about it is that Luka, he had 2 game winners in the same season back in 2021 against Boston. But those players he hit the game winners on in the regular season, they're no longer at Boston. He had a game winner over Josh Richardson, and then he had a game winner over Aaron Nesmith. And both of those guys haven't been in the Celtics for a while. But not going to base it too much off the regular season because Dallas has had so many great moves that they made to get themselves much better in a position here, and that's the reason why is because they made those trade deadline moves. But last box score, if the Celtics can play throughout the series like they did against the Mavs back on March the 1st, Boston won that game by a landslide, 138 to 110, and that was less than a month after the trade deadline. Hey, what's good? Seagull in the street, welcome in. Thanks for joining in here, man. The key to that game was balance. Boston was on point from three. They made 21 threes in that game. They scored 62 points in the paint. And that crushing victory over Dallas back on March the 1st. And just a bunch of balance in that game. And also perfect at the free throw line. Dallas struggled from three in that matchup. They went just 9 for 34 from the perimeter. They put 7 guys in double figures for the Celtics in the last meeting. And the bench impact is huge. Like, having Porzingis back adds in an additional scoring component, plus him as a rim protector, incredible. And Peyton Pritchard off the bench, solid off the bench. And then based on who they want to go throughout the series, they got conflicting reports whether it's going to be Porzingis or Horford coming off the bench, but it just stretches the bench even more, and hopefully they can get something out of Sam Hauser as well for him, because he did struggle in the last series against Indiana. But it's all about the duos who can outperform each other in this series. Tatum and Brown, Luka and Kyrie. I know one thing for sure. Jaylen Brown, he's coming in here just red hot, and he is looking to keep his revenge tour going on for Jaylen Brown. I feel like he's going to be the X factor in this series for him, coming off that Eastern Conference Finals MVP. And one thing about Jaylen Brown is that he has played well against the Mavs. He's had the last 6 out of 7 games where he shot about 50% plus greater from the floor for Jaylen Brown. Yeah, I do think Kyrie keeps his cool. He seems like he's a much different player compared to how he was back with the Celtics, back with the Nets. What's good, Jeffrey in the street? Welcome in. It seems like he's matured a ton. Like, this version of Kyrie is just focused so much about basketball and helping out his team compared to, like, the 2019 version of Kyrie where he gave up on the Celtics, teamed up with KD at the All-Star break, and then over in Brooklyn was just constantly missing games, ripped by the media, wasn't showing up for work, doing a lot of stuff over on social media that wasn't too good for Kyrie. And then the playoff series where he gave the bird to the Celtics fans, stomped on Lucky, and after that he's 0-10 since he stomped on Lucky for Kyrie, but he's been a different, changed player for himself. Those are the two big storylines in this matchup here. Kyrie's return to Boston tonight, and then Kristaps Porzingis going up against his former team. Hasn't played in a month for KP, and looking forward to what he can do tonight and throughout the course of this series for him. The question is, like, how many minutes is he going to get for him? If I'm guessing, I would go for around 15 to 20 tonight for Porzingis for my prediction for minutes, because you can go like 15 to 20 for Porzingis. You can give Horford around probably 24 to 28, and then that would give Sam Hauser or Luke Cornett around like probably like 5 to 12-ish for minutes most likely. Yeah, God Shamgod's an assistant coach. So I was watching Channel 6 before the start of this game, and he's an assistant coach for Dallas for this year. Both of these teams, of course, it's the moves that they made that got them in this position for the NBA Finals. Celtics did it in the offseason. Dallas did it at the trade deadline. So these are all the moves. And have to give a big shout out here to Brad Stevens, because executive of the year. If the Celtics win the championship, Brad Stevens, he's going to be the reason why. Just incredible moves that he's made. Like, he's a great basketball coach, but even better as the president and executive of basketball operations for the Celtics. Just awesome what he has done since he switched his role from head coach to full-time president of basketball ops for Boston. So the Porzingis trade, that was 11 months ago, or almost 12 now, June 24, 2023, the Celtics traded for Porzingis. Unfortunately, hurts to see Marcus Smart go in that deal. That was a 3-team trade. Marcus Smart got traded to Memphis as part of the Porzingis deal, but the big one here is Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday, I think he's going to be the one who's going to be put to the task to guard Luka throughout this playoffs. I think they're going to start with Drew Holiday, and he just makes so many championship-level, game-changing plays. It's just right place, right time. The game-winning steal on Andrew Nembhard in Game 3 against the Pacers, the game-winning defensive rebound to seal the deal for the sweep in Game 4 against Indiana. It's just those elite game-changing plays. Just Drew Holiday, he's always finds like the right place at the right time. There were a couple key forced turnovers that he hounded Tyrese Halliburton in the overtime victory in Game 1 against Indiana, and just so many key plays. He's won an NBA championship himself for the Bucks back in 2011, and man, the Drew Holiday trade has been just terrific for the Celtics. And then over on the other side, you got Dallas with a trade for, they had the 2 trade deadline acquisitions. PJ Washington came from Charlotte to Dallas. And then also they got Daniel Gafford for Washington to Dallas at the trade deadline. And those 2 guys have risen the level of defense. And the final 15 games of the regular season, plus the postseason, they are the number 1 defense and defensive efficiency for the Dallas Mavericks with those 2 big trade deadline gets for them. So props here to both of these teams making the moves that they needed to make, and it has paid off right now for both of these teams. What they did in the offseason for the Celtics, trade deadline for Dallas to be where they are right now for the NBA Finals. Rip and Dipset on the stream, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Uncle Pizzle, glad to have you in the stream here, man. Sorry to hear about that. If you're lost there, brother, stay positive, man, and hopefully things will go well in the future. But we'll see what happens here. 14 minutes to tip off, everybody. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified for future live stream. After the trade deadline, Dallas 22-9 record in the regular season, 34-14 in the including the postseason. So that is regular season after the trade deadline, including the postseason for their record for Dallas at 34-14. Boston regular season record after the trade deadline, 25-6, 37-8 right now after the trade deadline regular season, including the playoffs. And if this series is a piece of cake for the Celtics, I've got Celtics in 6, in my honest opinion, in this series. But if this series is a piece of cake, then I'd be shocked. But you can base it back on how they've had some trouble with opponents in the Eastern Conference, though, for Dallas this year. They actually got swept by Indiana. So I was looking to see how they fared against the Celtics' 2 previous opponents. They got swept by Indiana, and they get swept by Cleveland in the regular season. I don't like to base too much about the regular season because we've been in the playoffs here since April 20th, but they got some bad beats against Indiana, and both of those games were after the trade deadline. And in March, both of them, I believe, were in March. They lost by 17 to Indiana. Dallas did 137-20. Lost by 22 to Indiana, 133-111. And they also lost 2 close games against Cleveland in the regular season. Both of those were before the trade deadline for the Dallas Mavericks here. But when it comes down to difference makers here, I think with a healthy Porzingis, that's going to just change everything in this series. Yeah, good luck Turtle's going to be coming in a little bit. I heard about that. Christian on the stream, welcome in. Dan Hurley, so UConn, so right now the Lakers are trying to pursue him. I was shocked. Like, I'd be shocked if he leaves UConn. Like, seems like he loves the Northeast. And he turned down the other offers from a lot of colleges, but this is the top of the NBA mountain, being a NBA head coach at the top franchise historically, revenue wise, that brings it in for the league with the Lakers there. Joe in the stream, Jungle Pitbull, thanks for joining in. Rufino, welcome in for the Philippines. Hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win this one here tonight, Celtics or Mavs, and also let us know where you guys are from out here. Got a lot of different countries, which is awesome. Got my Tortoise for good luck right now as he is here 10 minutes before tip-off. Say hello to Mr. Tops the Tortoise, the good luck charm this season for the Celtics, as here he is once again, everybody. Mr. Tops the Tortoise in the house, and he's got a piece of hair hanging down his mouth right now. There you go, buddy. He's quite active today. Hopefully, Celtics are going to play active defensively. And those guys are active at the rim, the two big boys for Dallas, and looking to prevent the lob threats from happening in this game. How about that, Mr. Tops? Yep, he's nodding his head back and forth. He is ready for this one today for Tops the Tortoise. But yeah, Porzingis, if he is healthy, it changes everything as a stretch 5 guy. And he's somebody that can pull Lively and Gafford off their spots. He can pop up, take threes, and make threes for a 7'3" big man. Huge at the rim, protecting the rim. Exactly what they need in the series when you go up against Gafford and Lively. Also, Derrick Jones. He's a high flyer for Dallas. We've got like 8 minutes before tip-off. Haven't even gotten the JT just yet, but this is going to be the series for Jason Tatum right now. Got to come out of that shell. My Tortoise, his head is right now out of his shell, ready for this NBA Finals game to begin. Jason Tatum, this is your series right here. Did not get the Eastern Conference MVP. Jaylen Brown, feel like he's going to be the tone setter, come out, play with a chip on his shoulder, be a madman, but Jason Tatum had a lot of success in the last matchup against Dallas himself, and looking to see if he can continue that on the board tonight and throughout this series. He had 32 points, 8 rebounds, went 5 for 9 from 3, 10 for 19 from the floor, perfect 7 for 7 at the free throw line in the last meeting against Dallas back on March the 1st for Jason Tatum. And the best version of Jason Tatum is the downhill driving version, attacking to the rim, getting to the rim, driving down the lane. That's what you got to do if you're JT in this series. Just go downhill to the rim, because the version of Jason Tatum that plays downhill is just so effective instead of the other one that just shoots up contested threes off the dribble. Joe Mazzulla ball. It's helped out a lot what they've done this year, but there's been times where their offense has just gotten stuck. I would like to see those threes taken in rhythm for Boston instead of taking a lot of like ISO one-on-one shots off the dribble for them. So that's another big opportunity here for the Celtics. And plus, if they get that, they got to go with balance, because Jaylen Brown, he's huge. He's the tone setter, attacks, goes to the rim, gets the twos. And got to start with Jaylen Brown. I think he's the one that's going to set the tone in this series. I think that he's going to be a good opportunity to be an X factor here. Luka, got a feeling that he's going to get his points. If they can neutralize Kyrie, then Celtics are going to take this series in this one. So we're going to be tipping off real shortly. About 5 more minutes to tip off here, everybody. Also for the Celtics here, you cannot let those role players get going. Dallas is getting the most out of those role player guys. Derrick Jones Jr., he's on a veterans minimum contract for him, for Derrick Jones Jr., and he's playing lights out recently. PJ Washington, those two guys, splash, knockdown, corner jumpers. And it all depends on how they present the challenge of their defense to Luka. I'm thinking here that Drew Holiday, he's going to be the main defender for Luka, and you're going to have to pick him up at half court. Pick him up at half court, tire out Luka. Don't let him inside a three-point arc, because once he does that, he's able to play make. He can go to the mid-range, knock down a mid-range shot, or he can drive and kick it out to an open shooter in the corner like PJ Washington or Derrick Jones Jr., or he can lob it to a lob threat at the rim with Gafford and Lively. So that's a key in this series right there. Drew Holiday or whoever gets put to task. Luka, guarding Luka. I think you got to pick him up at midcourt most likely. You got also switchable defenders with like 4 guys who I'm pretty confident can help out and defend. I mean, it's going to be tough against Luka defending him, because he's the most elite offensive player in right now the world for basketball for Luka. But if they lock down Kyrie, which they did in the last game, he went 1 for 9 from 3 for Kyrie and struggled with his efficiency, then that's the difference maker right there. Henson, Jedi in the street, welcome in. We're going to be tipping off in around 5 minutes approximately from now. So they get the national anthem right now, and then we'll be tipping off real soon. We get almost 200 on the channel here. Thanks so much all for your patience. If you guys are new in the channel, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. And thanks all for joining in, being a part here on the channel for this one here today. Celtics with their bench has to get going with their rotation. I'm looking specifically at Sam Hauser. He really struggled for Sam Hauser. And if he can pick it up, that's huge, because Dallas, they were able to pick it up from their bench in the last series against Minnesota. Jaden Hardy, he had a couple really good games that he was going off there, off the bench for him. And they got Maxi Kleber back from injury a couple games prior to in the Minnesota series for them. Where I like the Celtics in this series, Dallas has the better scoring duo. Boston has a lockdown backcourt duo with White and Holiday. But where I like the Celtics in this series, it's the depth of the team with the 3, 4, and 5 guys on the roster for Boston. So, Tatum and Brown, Luka and Kyrie. I think it's going to be a little bit more scoring punch for Dallas because Luka's the most elite player in the world offensively. But between White, Holiday, and Horford, plus I'm not even factoring Porzingis because we don't know how Porzingis is going to play just yet, how he responds. I just think those options there, 3, 4, and 5, Holiday, White, and Porzingis against Jones, and then Washington and Gafford. I think it's going to be a little bit too much with those guys there. I think that could be the difference in this series as well. Nate on the stream, thanks for joining in here, man. Kree Jedi, or welcome back in. Hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win here. Actually, we got more Mavs fans right now at the moment here. 55-45 in the poll, going for the 5 seed. The Mavs, if they win this series, they'd be the first ever 5 seed to do it. They'd be the second lowest seed in the history of the NBA besides the Houston Rockets from the late 90s. Winna Dennis in the channel, welcome in from the Marshall Islands. Yeah, feel free to hit us up in the chat where you guys are from out here as well. We got a lot of different countries poured in. Absolutely awesome. Very soon going to tip off in around 3 minutes approximately from now. We will get going. They just had the national anthem. So we will tip off very, very soon. Jason, what's good, brother? Thanks for joining in here, man. Yeah, I can definitely see Luka getting his 30, 35, 40 points for him. I mean, he's just too good for Luka. And for the Celtics, you cannot let Luka get into the mid-range, get inside the three-point arc for him, because he's got a lot of options. He's just such a gifted passer that he can kick it out to his teammates. His teammates have been able to drill threes throughout the playoffs, or he'll lob it at the rim. And for Boston, Luka's love to go to his classic step back for him. He's going to hunt down matchups all day long for him. And the matchup that he's going to hunt down is Luka step back jumpers over Al Horford. That's what he's going to hunt down. He wants Al Horford on a switch constantly because he wants it to look more like Rudy Gobert, what he was doing to Rudy in the series. The other thing is that the Celtics, the 4 other guys, Tatum, Brown, White, and Holiday, those guys are better defenders, in my opinion, compared to Horford when switched on to Luka. So Luka wants that matchup where he's going to be switched on to Horford in this series and looking to take advantage of it. If you're the Celtics defense, you got to force Luka towards his left to attempt a left wing perimeter 3 on you, because he struggled from 3 at the left wing right now. I believe he's around 34% during that portion of the perimeter. So that's where you want him is to drive left instead of getting inside the 3-point line where he can play make or toss up a lob to the rim or go into the mid-range. if he's forced out to his left and he takes that contested jumper, then good opportunity for the Celtics to potentially force a miss right there. Jason with a dono. Really appreciate with a dono. You the legend, brother. Thanks so much, man. Luka, 30 points, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds, 2 steals for Sarita for her prediction tonight. Yeah, he's got 6 triple-doubles in the entire playoffs for Luka. Yeah, they had this. So I heard they had a shirt set up at the TD Garden. They had the shirt set up at like 7 o'clock this morning. Gray, thanks for joining in here from the Philippines, man. Very soon we're going to be tipping off for tonight's game right now. Very, very soon. Dallas is more battle-tested. This Celtics team, though, just completely different from years past for Boston. Like, we've seen Celtics teams in years past play close games, not able to close out those close games. This year, what they did against Indiana, they won 3 games out of the last 4. Against the Pacers in that series by 5 points or less. They won 3 2-possession games, plus one of those was in overtime. It's just totally different this year for the Celtics team. But in a close game, I do worry about the Celtics team against Dallas, because Dallas is another animal. And Luka and Kyrie, those 2 guys are the most clutch guys in the playoffs, and it is showed. Luka, bucket after bucket after bucket. If there's a guy you can give the ball to in the final minute in a tie game to make the game-winning shot, out of all the players on the floor, I'm looking towards Luka right now. And if you're the Celtics, you're going to be thinking about putting your foot on the gas pedal when you get up, get ahead, stay ahead, be dominant, pick up a dominant victory, because if you're in a close game against this Mavs team tonight, they're going to take it. Luka's just so good when it comes down to crunch time moments, and he is just here for the big moment. Yeah, I saw they had a Bill Walton tribute at the TD Garden, so things flying by right now. They had a Bill Walton tribute that came up a couple of minutes ago. Catching up on the stream right now. This guy, thanks for joining in here. Covering right now a 30-minute pregame as we're down to the final minute, basically. Hey, what's good? We got Leary in the stream. Welcome back in. Thanks for joining in right now for my good friend Jeff out there. Legend. Klepto Eastside, thanks for being a part of the stream. Louie, welcome in. Hit us up in the chat. Who you guys like to win here, Celtics or Mavs? And by the way, Dallas actually leads the poll 54-46, but I've covered most of the Celtics games throughout the regular season, but shockingly right now it's Dallas who is taking the poll. We get a lot of great support throughout the Western Conference Finals streams when they covered Mavs against the T-Wolves. That was just an incredible series. Dallas stole 3 games. The first 3 games for Dallas, they won all by single digits in that series. So exactly what I talked about just a moment ago with the Celtics was that get ahead, stay ahead. That's going to be the mentality tonight in this matchup here. Jason Tatum, you got to be the man. You got to take over this game and have a big game for him. He had 32 in the last meeting on March the 1st. Against Dallas. Here we go. Starters tonight. Luka, Kyrie, Derrick Jones Jr., PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford for the Dallas Mavericks. Al Horford is starting, so Al Horford will get the start. Porzingis will come off the bench. Drew Holiday, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Al Horford is starting 5 as we have awaited a week for basketball, 10 days for Celtics Nation, and here we go as we are underway for the opening tip. Boston, right to left on the floor, controls the opening tip. They have the white jerseys tonight, green numbers, green letters. Dallas with the black uniforms, blue numbers, blue letters. Derek White at the left wing perimeter. The screen set by Brown, floats the pass over to Tatum at the right wing. Tatum, no look pass right corner, off fake. Horford attacks to the rack, and he throws it down with a 2-handed flush. Al Horford with a baseline jam to begin for Boston, 2-0. First possession for Dallas, Luka. Guarded by Jaylen Brown, possession number 1. The key is who's going to take Luka throughout the series. Lob to the low block. They back their way, kick out to the wing. A 3 taken by the Mavs, and they got one for the outside. Derrick Jones Jr. lights it up with a triple. 3-2. Both of these teams able to score the first possession of the game. Holiday takes the 3, makes the 3 from downtown. Bang, bang by Drew Holiday. Electric start right now, the opening minute. 5-3 for Boston to begin the 2024 NBA Finals. Luka guarded by Brown 101. Top of the free throw circle. Luka backs his way on Brown at the free throw circle. Luka fall away. Tough shot. And he got it. Good for 2 by Luka. Working on Jaylen Brown, the 1-on-1. And we're even at 5 apiece, matching shot for shot to begin this game. Victor, Rydog, Melinda, thanks all for joining in. Derek White crosses the midcourt logo. White's guarded by Kyrie at the left wing. Moves down on top over to Holiday. Holiday takes on Luka outside of Brown. Elevates for the 3. Around and out, no good. Offensive rebound controlled by Tatum. White jacks up the 3. Off the back rim, no good. Tipped by Luka and out of bounds. It went off of Luka. So this is going to stay Boston basketball. Luka cannot control the rebound as he bobbled it. Jason Tatum, double-digit machine. Points and rebounds in this entire playoffs for him. He's averaging above 10 rebounds per game already with a huge offensive rebound. Celtics underneath will get the inbound. Derek White, the inbound passer. White lobs it out to the right corner. Horford, he had the opening slam dunk. Outside it goes to Tatum. Tatum, skip pass, left corner Brown. Brown guarded at the left corner perimeter. Dribbles up inside the key. Brown up fake. Kick out, quarter, 3 on its way. Derek White bricked off the back rim. An offensive rebound controlled by Horford. Straight away 3, Brown. Off the rim, no good. Another offensive rebound. White out of the pack, came up with it. Brown at the top. Jaylen Brown, 10 on the shot clock. Outside Horford, up fake. Wide open 3 out. Horford off the back rim, no good. They're relying too much on threes, and Luka came up with a board. The Celtics will pick up the loose ball foul. Too many threes right now for Boston to begin this game. And what I said earlier on, got to attack and go to the paint. That's on Tatum. Tatum picked up the loose ball foul. So 5 even right now. Dallas is yet to miss so far. They've surrendered already 3 offensive rebounds to Boston. Luka inside the paint over Horford. No good. Missed the shot, but the tip-in is there for 2 by Gafford. So every single possession, they've been able to capitalize. Celtics leading the NBA playoffs in the defensive rebounding rate. Tatum, pass the quarter, deflected, intercepted. First turnover of the game as Tatum turns it over. And Dallas attacks the paint, and they soar up, throw it down with a 2-headed flush. PJ Washington with a dunk to put the Mavs up 9-5. Outside Tatum, touch pass, right corner, open 3. Horford, and he hits it. Bang, bang, big Al Horford from the corner. Al Horford, 5 points out of the 8 so far. Celtics are struggling, 2 for 7 from 3-point range. Way too much Joe Mazzulla ball to begin the series. Celtics collect the steal up ahead of the floor. Jaylen Brown, and he throws it down for the 2-handed flush with Holiday with an assist. The Celtics take the lead. Back and forth start right now. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ron in the channel, welcome in. Tatiana, no ego, welcome in here, everybody. Horford contests the jumpers. He denies Kyrie. Celtics come up with a possession. So we're down to 8:20 left to go in the first. Holiday drive, kick to the corner. Brown. Brown left baseline dribble. Bounce pass underneath Holiday. And he scores up and through it. It's good for 2. Drew Holiday with a bucket. Celtics in a 7-zip run the last minute. 3-point game. Luka guarded by Brown. Switch steer guarded by Horford at the right wing perimeter. Luka 1-on-1. Classic step back 3 over Horford. Off the back rim, no good. Tatum collects his 2nd rebound of the night. Tatum crosses midcourt. Top of the key Tatum. Looking to see if he can get on the scoreboard right now. Yet to score. Tatum yet to attempt a field goal so far. Tatum dribbles, drives, right down the lane inside. Kick to the open corner shooter. Horford no good. Missed the 3. Rebound secure by Dallas. So we're down to 7:35 left to go in the first. Kyrie fall away, tough shot, and it bounced in. Got the roll in, good for 2 by Kyrie Irving. It's a tough shot right there on a fall away, ranging towards his right. Right baseline dribble Tatum. Tatum, outside pass got deflected off the fingertips of Brown. Deflected, intercepted by Kyrie with another poor pass by Tatum, and Brown picks up the reach and foul. So Tatum right now, 2 poor passes for him. That was a little bit unreachable off the fingertips of Jaylen Brown. Tough play for him to make, but Kyrie was just clamped on him. And Tatum, yet to come out of his shell so far. He does have those 2 big rebounds, but yet to score, yet to even attempt a shot, and turn it over now twice. Here we go, 1 month in the making. Kristaps Porzingis on the floor for the first time in the NBA Finals for the big fella. He has missed 10 straight games And right now, Porzingis is on the floor. Kyrie, baseline jumper, takes it, and he makes it for 2 over Porzingis. Porzingis didn't even bother closing out. 1 point lead for Dallas. Mavs able to start again on the run right now. Tatum brings along the double team. Pass inside. A key deflected out of bounds. Lucky there for Boston because tried to thread the needle. And Jason Tatum, a couple poor passes right now. Struggling with his playmaking abilities as we have the first timeout in the game tonight. Joe Mazzulla takes the timeout. Trailing by 1. 13-12. Dallas has the lead as we head to the first timeout. Alright, if you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up here, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Real Legends MVPs in the channel. We got 400 plus right now watching in. Let us know out in the chat where you guys are from out here. Type in the chat who you guys like to win, Celtics or Mavs. What's good? Bradley in the channel. Welcome back in here, brother. Jack in the stream. Welcome in. Yeah, rough start for Tatum here currently. Gotta get his head in the game right now. Struggling to move the ball to his teammates at the moment. Everybody inside the starting 5 has scored for Dallas. 4 points by Kyrie, 3 by Derrick Jones Jr., 2 by Luka with 1 rebound, 1 assist, 2 by Gafford, 2 by Washington to begin this game. Celtics with 3 out of 5 starters able to reach the scoring column so far. 5 each. Horford's been excellent so far. Al Horford, he's got 5. 5 by Drew Holiday with a massive 3. And then 2 by Jaylen Brown, but way too many threes for Boston right now. They got to go to the rim, attack the paint, relying on way too many threes, and they're missing so far. Just 2 for 8 from the perimeter. Yeah, shocking there that Dan Hurley, in my opinion, would move on from like UConn basketball, but it's the top coaching position that's out there, so I think he's gonna go for. I thought he was like super comfortable being in the area that he is, but that's probably the only job that popped up right there. That's the top of the NBA coaching ladder, taking a position with the Lakers. Edith, thanks for joining in. Avenging Eyes in the channel, welcome in. Thanks all for joining in tonight, everybody. And Jason Tatum's already turned it over twice, so that was statted as a turnover for Tatum on the last pass. The first pass was definitely a turnover. Second one was a turnover. So rough start here for J2. Oh, that's awesome. Harry, welcome back in here, bud. I'd say biggest tip is just keep on doing it. Probably get into like a routine or a schedule of when you post, because more people will come back during that certain time. Because a lot of people are like routine based, so they want to see your content during a certain time. So if you have like a good time that's like free time that you're able to like crank out content, like for me, for my channel, it's the 7-8 o'clock time slot, because these games are on around that time on the east coast time, around like 7 o'clock 8 o'clock for a time slot. But I think the biggest key right there, if you want to get into like sports creating content, just to generate an audience, just stick to a calendar and keep on pumping out content during that time period would be my biggest recommendation right there. I'm not sure entirely how the crowd is treating Kyrie. I have the volume down at 0 for myself, so I don't have like any so I can't hear like what's going on TV and stuff like that, because when I call the games I have to have the volume down on 0. So all 5 starters have scored for Dallas so far. That was the concern for Boston. If these role players start to get going, then Dallas is going to take these games in the series. We are only 5 minutes plus into game 1, so to declare that Boston is done, that is this is only 5 out of the first 48. And Jaylen Brown, by the way, is going to head to the free throw line. We're only in a 1-point game. Jaylen Brown has struggled at the free throw line throughout the course of this year. He'll have 2 shots. First one is good. That's a great sign to see for JB. Randy, welcome in. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, ever since he stomped on Lucky, he is 0-10 for Kyrie. So Porzingis is out there on the floor right now. Second free throw by Brown, right down the middle. Celtics take the lead right back, 14-13. Renee, welcome in from the UK. Luka, guarded by Tatum this time at the top. Luka's got 2 so far with a rebound and an assist. Luka drives downhill to the rim. Luka puts it up, and Houdini like he scores for 2. He's surrounded by 4 dudes inside the paint, able to get the bucket. That's unbelievable. 1-point game right now. Celtics with the ball. Tatum at the left wing, guarded by Lively, 1-on-1 around the perimeter. Tatum drives on Lively. Tatum swings it out left corner. Open 3, Derek White, splash. He sinks it. Derek White drills the triple. 17-15 for Boston. Derek White finding his stroke right there with a perimeter shot. Outside for a wide open 3 for Dallas. No good. Bricked off the back rim. It got missed by Derrick Jones Jr. Holiday collects the rebound. Holiday inside the free throw circle. Outside over to White. Catch and fire 3 once again. Bang, bang. He hits another one. Derek White right on cue delivers. 5-point lead for the Celtics. White finding his stroke. His over-under for points total for this game on the betting line was 13.5. Reverse hand layup underneath. Celtics defense tightening up. It got missed at the rim. No good by Jones. Rebound for the Celtics here. 5-point lead looking to build it. White at the top of the key making back-to-back threes in a row. Lobs it over to Porzingis. Porzingis at the elbow. Yet the score looking to change that. KP rises for the jumper. Deep 2. Came up short, but he got fouled. So Porzingis will head to the free throw line, shoot 2 shots coming up in his first game since a month plus that he's been awaiting. He missed the previous 10 straight games due to injury. So 5-point lead right now for Boston. And Porzingis will head to the free throw line searching for his first points in over a month since Game 4 against the Heat. First free throw right down the middle. It's good for KP. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe here, everybody. Thanks all for joining in as we got over 460 plus right now watching in the chat. Derek White, key factor right now, finding his shot, 6 points leading the way for the Celtics. Absolutely huge. He's averaging just under 18 in the playoffs, yet his over-under betting spread line was only at 13.5 entering this game. Second free throw right down the middle, good by Porzingis. It's a great sign to see there for Porzingis, able to make both of his free throws. 7-point lead, largest lead of the series. Kyrie hands it off to Luka, edge of the midcourt logo as he is defended by Brown. Switched on, guarded by his former teammate Porzingis. Step back 3 in the air, Luka, and he hits it. 22-18 right now, approaching 5 minutes left to go in the first. Luka over Porzingis, his former teammate White. Lobs it over to Porzingis. Porzingis guarded 1-on-1 mismatch. Working on Kyrie at the elbow. Rises for the jumper. KP right down the shoot. Delivers. Oh yeah, he is back. Kristaps Porzingis with a shooter's touch. Dallas with the ball. Luka at the right wing, working on Hauser. That's a mismatch, 1-on-1. Luka, ball got poked from Hauser. Loose ball. Jaylen Brown comes up, dives for, intercepts it. Celtics here to break. Up the floor, Porzingis over to White. Dribbles up, bounce pass down low. Tatum out to the corner. Brown tried to save it, and it went back to Dallas. Turnover committed by Brown as he tried to save it at the baseline. As Dallas attacks the rim, no good. Missed off the glass, too strong. Rebound controlled here for Boston. Celtics key inside the paint area defensively. Tatum working at the wing, guarded by Washington, and Washington picks up the reach and foul. So down to 4:17 left to go in the first. Celtics defense with Porzingis. Key altered shot down low. So huge in this series as he was the one who was able to alter the last miss on the floor. Just changes everything with his rim protection here during this series for Porzingis. PJ Washington, by the way, just picked up his second personal foul, so that's not good for a key role player for Dallas. Tatum outside, Porzingis pops up, takes the 3, came off the rim, no good. A rebound secured by Luka. It's a 6-point game right now. 4 minutes left to go in the first. Luka guarded by Hauser, 1-on-1. That's a mismatch. Luka, step back 3 over Hauser, takes it. No good off the rim. A rebound secured by Porzingis. You can live with that if you're Boston right there. To miss 3 by Luka. White outside over to Brown. Brown guarded by Luka, 1-on-1. Brown shaking big. Dribbles up inside the key. Brown outside. Flug it to the crowd. That's a turnover. And that's the first major big ew of the NBA Finals with Jaylen Brown. Bad pass where it went to nobody. 4 turnovers by Boston. Boston done a pretty good job throughout these playoffs taking care of the basketball, but just showing a lot of jitters right now. Key sign, they're up by 6 at the moment here. Floater. Off the rim, no good. Missed off the mark by Exum. Tip to the corner. Luka with a 3. Came up short. Rebound control by Hauser. Great job to come up with a defensive rebound by Hauser right there. Tatum, dribble, drive, attacks inside the paint. Tatum, no good off the glass. Tipped up into the air. Rebound controlled here by Dallas. Jaden Hardy, first time in the court today. Floats in the shot, no good. Tipped off the mark, out of bounds. Last touch by the Mavs. Man, these two teams getting their defenses going right now in this game. Kyrie checks back onto the floor. Couple rotation guys just a moment ago were in with Exum and Hardy for Dallas, as they've gone on a lengthy scoring drought recently here. We got 500 plus in the stream. If you guys are new in the channel, smash the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. What's good? Raymond on the stream, welcome in. App, thanks for joining in. Vital Rights, appreciate you here for being a part of the stream here, brother. 6-point lead for the Celtics. Looking to build it up right now. Porzingis on the floor with White, Tatum, Brown, and Hauser. Porzingis turns the corner, drives right past Lively, and he throws it down with a 2-handed flush. Welcome back, Kristaps Porzingis, as a whole crowd goes wild. Celtics' largest lead of the series, up by 8. 6 points by KP. 2 for 3 from the floor in his return game. Kyrie drives in Porzingis. Blocked by Porzingis. Brown saves the basketball, and it goes back to the Celtics. Ping is changing everything right now. White, he's got 6, making 2 threes. Receives it from Porzingis. White at the left wing, lobs it over to KP. Porzingis at the elbow, rises for the jumper, takes it, and he makes it. Bang, bang. It's good for 2 by Kristaps Porzingis, and a timeout taken on the floor by Jason Kidd for Dallas. 28-18, the Celtics lead in Game 1 of the series. Welcome back to Boston. KP in a huge way right now to begin the series. Wow. What a start for the Celtics here, folks. He is back. He is his usual self, the difference maker in the series. Altering shots at the rim, blocking shots, getting mismatches on post-ups, rising and firing and knocking down shots in a 10-point lead for the Celtics here. Gotta keep it on the gas pedal if you're Boston. 4 of the 5 starters have scored. By the way, Tatum has yet to even score tonight, so he's got no points for JT, but with the rest of the guys, you got balance. Porzingis, huge, the difference maker, 8 points. Dallas having a tough time trying to match up with Porzingis right now. Just, man, Brad Stevens with altering trades. Just putting the NBA on notice in the offseason last year. It is working out right now to perfection early on in the series. 8 by Porzingis from the bench. 6 by White, making those 2 clutch threes in a row to stretch the lead early on. 5 by Horford. Horford has been great early on in this game. 5 by Holiday to begin today. And Tatum is yet to even score. And if Tatum gets going, then watch out. He leads the way with 3 assists right now for Tatum. And for Dallas at the moment, they've yet to have a breakout player. Luka's got 7. Kyrie's got 4 right now. Luka, 3 for 7 from the floor, just 1 for 4 from 3-point range. Exactly what I talked about in the pregame. If you can force Luka to the wing of the perimeter to attempt contested threes, he's only shooting 34% in the playoffs from 3. You get a better opportunity to force a Luka miss than you do if he gets into the mid-range for Luka, because if he gets into the mid-range or he gets inside the key, then you're looking at either Luka can kick it out to an open shooter, which will make down a 3, most likely from the corner, or Luka's going to lob it up to the rim. So far in this game, in the first 10 minutes approximately, 0 alley-oop jams by Dallas, and that's what the Celtics defense needs if they're going to win this series. Prevent the lob threats from getting anything going for Dallas so far. Huge start for Boston. Even though the Celtics are struggling with turnovers, huge start right now, and Tatum hasn't even got going. I mean, this game is going to be a blowout tonight. If Tatum can get going, and if the Celtics can take care of the basketball, then Dallas right now cannot find their offense. They're in a lengthy scoring drought right now. And these shots eventually going to drop for Boston. They're struggling from the perimeter, just 4 for 11 from 3. Eventually, you would figure that these shots are going to drop. They're dominant on the glass. And that was my concern going in for Dallas, is that you got Luka, who's the leading rebounder on their team. You got two active big men with Gafford and Lively, but those two guys don't have the experience compared to Boston. The Celtics were here 2 years ago. They lost in 6 to Golden State because they were burnt out. They were coming off a Game 7 series against the Bucks. They were coming off another Game 7 series against the Heat. They were coming off 2 straight Game 7 series in a row, and then eventually it caught up to them when they faced Golden State 2 years ago in the finals. They're in their revenge tour right now for Boston, and what a start they've got. 28-18 for the Celtics coming back from the timeout. 2:20 left to go in the first. Dallas with the possession. They pass it off to the cutter outside. It goes to Maxi Kleber on the floor, number 42 for the Mavs, looking to see if he can move it along. He does. Into the hands to Jaden Hardy. Hardy drives on Holiday. Hardy lost the basketball, got it back, turnaround jumper, and he banks it, good for 2. That's a low percentage shot there by Hardy, but able to open up the bank as he cashed it in. Less than 2 minutes left to go in the first. Peyton Pritchard, first time on the floor tonight for the Celtics. Sends it off to Porzingis. Pritchard, Tatum, Porzingis, Holiday, and Hauser. That's the 5 on the floor currently. Tatum, yet the score looking to change that. Takes the 3, and he drills it. Jason Tatum rips it through the shoot and a triple. 31-20 for Boston. Jason Tatum on the scoreboard. 3 right now for Tatum. Points, rebounds, and assists. Largest lead of the series. Kyrie at the left corner, working on Hauser one-on-one. Right now, Luka is currently on the bench at the moment. Missed shot from the corner, no good. A rebound controlled by Boston by Tatum. Up the floor, Pritchard. Outside, Porzingis pops up for the 3, and he hits it. Bang, bang. Kristaps Porzingis, 30-footer, and he drills it. 14-point lead. KP, 11 points in his return game. Hiding everything from the media. He is back here, folks. Celtics with a rebound to the corner. Hauser with a 3. Oh, he hits it. Oh, baby. Boston, 3. Sam Hauser, trifecta from the perimeter. 37-20. 23-5 run for the Celtics in the last 6 minutes. On the board, Kyrie with a jumper, missed off the back rim, no good. Battle for the rebound as Pritchard picks up in the back floor. What a shot, what a start here for the Celtics. 30 seconds left to go in the first. Holiday's going to slow it down. Holiday at the left wing, working on Hardy 101. Outside to the top, Porzingis into the hands to Tatum. TD Garden logo. Tatum at the right wing perimeter. 5 of the shot clock. Dribble, drive. Lost control of basketball. He turned it over for a 3rd time in the game. And a shot clock blocked by Porzingis down low as he denied a slam dunk poster attempt by Dallas out in transition. Pritchard with a 3. Off the back rim, no good. Holiday with a rebound going up. Went on a bounce, and we close out the end of the first quarter. The 3s are dropping. The Celtics started off the game 2 for 8 from the perimeter. Ever since, they are 5 for 7 from downtown with a 3 ball. Joe Mazzulla ball working out right now, knocking down 3 after 3 after 3 in a stretch that they made 3 straight 3s in a row. And then Porzingis with a monster block on Josh Green on a poster opportunity at the rim right before the buzzer. 37-20, the Celtics lead at the end of the first quarter here. Welcome back to Boston, Kristaps Porzingis. Got to keep your foot on the gas pedal right now if you're the Celtics. This Dallas Mavericks team came back from 17 down against OKC. They came back from 18 down to beat the T-Wolves. If you're Boston right now, got to just keep your foot on the gas pedal. Plus 10 on the glass for the Celtics, 16-6. Dallas, one of the top teams in the NBA in offensive rebounding percentage tonight, being limited to just 2 rebounds in the first quarter. That's what Dallas loves to do, is second chance points. This moment is just a huge step up for those 2 big guys, Daniel Gafford, Derek Lively II. This is a major step up from the Western Conference Finals for those 2 guys. And right now, Lively has got nothing in 5 minutes, and then Gafford has just 1 rebound so far. Luka has been limited to 7. Kyrie's been limited to 4. Kyrie is a minus 18 on the floor. I just see this as a bad matchup for Kyrie, in my opinion. Kyrie got destroyed the last time these 2 teams met up against each other. He had 19 points on 9 for 23 shooting, 1 for 7 from 3 for Kyrie. That's all you have to do if you're the Celtics. If you neutralize Kyrie, you're going to win every single game in this series. And right now, tonight, he's 2 for 5 shooting, 0 for 1 from the perimeter, a minus 18, worst minus on the floor right now in this game. Whereas Tatum is the top plus 17 for Tatum. He does have those 3 turnovers. And Tatum's only got 3 points, and they're up by 17. That's a really, really good sign for the Celtics here. The big reason why is because you got Porzingis back. The dude that acquires around 20 points per game in the regular season for Porzingis. I didn't even factor in his playoff points for him. I was going through the averages, though. If you add up all the averages of the players in this series, Celtics got the Mavs outnumbered in that facet. What a start. Just an incredible start here for Boston in this series right now. Hopefully they just keep their foot on the gas pedal and keep on doing this. I had some place where I had like the entire points per game. So the Boston 5 starters in the playoffs, this is not counting Porzingis, who averaged 20 points per game. They're averaging 91 points per game in the playoffs between the current starting 5 of Tatum, Horford, Holiday, White, and Brown. Dallas is averaging around 84 points per game with their current starting 5. Luka, Kyrie, Gafford, PJ Washington, Derrick Jones Jr. That's not even factoring Porzingis, who averaged 20 points per game in the regular season. And they were already +7 without them on points average if you compare both of these starting 5. Celtics went on a 23-5 run to close out the first quarter run. Missed shot the rim as Horford was able to alter that miss. Missed off the back rim, no good by Kyrie. Ball got tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Boston, though. Kyrie just getting locked up to begin this series. 2 for 6 on the floor in his first 10 minutes of court time tonight at -18. Inbound to the corner, Kyrie working one-on-one by Hauser. Hauser, Holiday, Pritchard, Brown, and Horford. That's the 5 in the court currently. Kyrie, tough shot with the left hand, and he gutted a drop good for 2 that time. James, what's good? Welcome to the stream here, bud. Celtics by 15, looking to continue. Right now, largest end of the first quarter lead in Game 1 in NBA Finals history. By the way, we made history tonight. Right quarter 3, Pritchard and Rhythm. Off the mark, no good. Offensive rebound by the smallest player on the floor. Peyton Pritchard came down with it. Holiday pass, got deflected out of bounds. Last touched off of Dallas, off of Washington. Peyton Pritchard, just the absolute hustler. He was signed to an extension in the offseason, and it has really paid dividends for him, being bought into this team once again, playing a big role this year, looking for that ring. Brown attacks, downhill, Brown up, and he puts it through, up and in off the glass, good for 2. The Eastern Conference Finals MVP, Jaylen Brown, scores the bucket. 6 points by JB so far. Luka guarded by Horford. Luka dribbles up to the elbow, double team, kick out inside the paint. The shot gets floated up by Gafford, and he scores for the basket. Holiday drives, kick out to the corner. Hauser in transition, takes the 3, and he hits it. Bang, bang for Sam Hauser as he rips one down from the perimeter. Celtics just lighting it up from the floor right now, shooting these 3 balls. Horford gets called in the shooting foul. Dallas will shoot 2 at the free throw line with PJ Washington as he was able to draw the contact with a double clutch, and this will be 2 shots coming up. Yeah, Porzingis been huge with a block so far. He had that massive block of the poster that Josh Green tried to send down. These threes aren't lucky. The Celtics are averaging 16 made threes per game, most out of any team in the NBA for Boston. They made 21 threes the last time these two teams met up. If you can't get back in transition defense and cover the perimeter, then it's going to be tough sledding for your team in today's game. And there's been a lot of open gaps recently in the outside for the Celtics to capitalize. You got shooters all over the place on this team for the Celtics. That's what makes them so difficult to defend, is that you have like 7 guys that made 100+ threes this season total each. throughout the course of the season. Jaylen Brown attacks right to the rim, soars up. Oh, that was nasty. And he throws it down with a right-handed flush in the poster dunk. Jaylen Brown, oh baby. Jaylen Brown playing like a madman. Celtics deflect the pass inside the key. They intercepted with Horford. Horford sends it over to Brown. Brown guarded at the edge of the midcourt logo. Horford sets the screen. Working on Luka at the left wing. Brown shake and bake, up fake. Outside finds Pritchard. Takes the three. Off the rim, no good. Tipped up to the Mavs as Washington collects the defensive rebound. Jaylen Brown playing with a chip on his shoulder right now, looking for NBA Finals MVP as well. Dallas missed the shot at the rim, no good, as Kyrie missed another layup. A rebound secured by Jaylen Brown here for Boston. Jaylen crosses the midcourt logo, bumped into and fouled by Kyrie. Celtics on full attack mode right now. 9:20 left to go in the second quarter, and this game has been all Boston. The Celtics have won 4 straight games in a row against the Mavs, looking to make it 5 tonight. And Jaylen Brown, he has had Luka's number defensively recently. Jaylen Brown in the regular season, nasty crossover across the ankles over Luka as he fell down. And he did that on a dribble drive penetration to the rack. And that right-handed flush by JB. 18-point lead for the Celtics here. Boston gets the inbound. Brown on the floor with Porzingis, Horford, Holiday, and Pritchard. Brown at the left wing, guarded by Luka, 101. 8 on the shot clock. Brown, dump off underneath. Holiday, touch pass, right corner. Pritchard to the outside. Horford, 4 to shot clock. Horford has to get it off over to Pritchard. Laces up the jumper off the back iron, no good. A rebound secured by Lively. Washington, Lively, Kyrie, Luka, and Derrick Jones Jr. That's the 5 on the floor currently for Dallas. Luka backs his way in the smaller Pritchard, brings along a double team with Horford. Luka puts it up, gets fouled. So couldn't get the and one was Luka, but he will shoot 2 coming up here at the free throw line as Peyton Pritchard picks up the shooting foul. Edgard, thanks for joining in here, man. You guys, the legends in the stream. We got 600 plus watching right now. If you guys are new in the channel, smash the thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Celtics rolling, looking to continue it right now. Luka, 2 free throws. First one is no good. Dallas Mavericks shooting just 72% at the free throw line. That's the worst out of any team in the NBA playoffs, out of all 16 NBA playoff teams. Holiday will check out right now towards the bench. What a statement start for the Celtics. This is where you got to get them right now. Dallas has struggled in Game 1s. They lost by double digits twice in the playoffs. In Game 1 against the Clippers and Game 1 against the Thunder. And this is where you have them right on the ropes. Great start here for the Celtics. They've executed every single time 3-0 in Game 1s. 2 of those by double digits over the Heat and the Cavs. Derek White back on the floor. Sends it off on top over to Tatum. Tatum's only got 3 so far. Tatum at the right wing. Guarded by Luka, 101. Tatum looking to get around Luka here. Tatum, spin move. Tatum down low, finds Porzingis underneath. Porzingis couldn't finish at the rim. No good. A little bit too strong off the glass. Rebound secure by Luka. Luka guarded by Brown, gets past him off the screen. Luka floats it up over the top for Lively. Couldn't haul it in with an alley-oop. But he got pushed down by Porzingis and fouled. So it's going to stop the clock here. Hey, what's good? JoJo in the stream, welcome in. My girlfriend's not over tonight. I'm streaming with my family right now. Yeah, I'm in the living room currently because my family's watching the game as well. So it's not only me. Usually, like 99% of my streams come from my bedroom, most likely. Lively bobbled it, lost it out of bounds off the dump-off shovel pass by Luka. That's a turnover. And this is where the inexperience comes to play for Dallas. You got a rookie out here. He's 20 years old on the floor right now. He's been playing like a veteran throughout the course of the season with Derek Lively II, but this is just another step up right now with that turnover as he bobbled a pass underneath the hoop. Tatum missed the 3 off the back rim, not taking his threes in the rhythm as he took another low percentage contested J at the left wing. Luka came up with a rebound. Luka at the elbow. Luka flings it outside. A wide open 3. Washington. Their threes are right now struggling. And the rebound gets pulled down by the Celtics here. Derek White going to slow it down into the hands to Tatum. Tatum's only got 3 tonight. If he goes off, then this is going to be a 30-point blowout most likely. Porzingis Top of the free throw circle, 8 on the shot clock. Porzingis backs his way, jumper over Jones, and he hits it. Kristaps Porzingis, lightning out there in a bottle, catching steam right now, delivers in another deep two. 46-27, 13 in his return game by KP. Luka with a 3 off the step back, missed off the back rim. White collects the defensive rebound. Celtics are dominant on the glass so far tonight. Dallas, a second chance points team, and they've been limited on their first shot. And the Celtics, top defensive rebounding team in the NBA playoffs, able to collect multiple defensive rebounds after defensive rebounds. White lobs it off the Porzingis. Nightmare mismatch on the floor. Take it on Josh Green. Off fake jumper. 18-footer. Laser beam as he sinks it. Kristaps Porzingis up to 15. Playing the game of his life here tonight. In a timeout taken on the floor by Dallas. 48-27 for the Celtics. KP's got 15. Man, he is feeling it. Deep two after deep two. Legendary for Porzingis against his former team. Mike with a dono. Thanks so much for the dono, brother. Really appreciate it for the dono here from Mike. Let's get that dono hype on the stream. Celtics, what a start here. Going for banner 18. Still a long way left to go in this game. Going to keep the foot on the gas pedal, but wow. I did not expect this start at all by Porzingis. Me, myself, and a lot of other players, or a lot of other people too, honestly thought that he'd be rusty. He had a full month off. For him to get caught up to this speed right now of an actual NBA Finals game, being caught up to this speed with a full month off, hasn't played in 10 games, it is incredible. 15 from the bench in 10 minutes by Porzingis. On 6 for 8 shooting from the floor, 2 blocks. Nobody has an answer right now to defend Porzingis. He's been switched on, guarded by Derrick Jones Jr., Josh Green. Nobody has an answer to Porzingis. Whenever he posts up, just a one-on-one mismatch. It's a clear-cut size advantage out there, and he's torching them left and right. I don't know how you adjust if you're Dallas, because you got the big guys that you have in your team. It's going to be tough for them to close out and get on the perimeter. They're not experienced compared to the Celtics veteran experience that they have on the team. They got a 6th-year player with Daniel Gafford, who has very little playoff experience because he's played for Washington for him. And then Derek Lively II, who's a rookie at 20 years old. This is just a major step up for those two front court guys right now. And, man, Porzingis is just on another level right now. This is great balance here for the Celtics currently. 7 players scoring at the moment. By the way, Tatum has only got 3 points, but he is the top plus on the floor, plus 21. 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and low-key just what he has done defensively. He can lock up guys for Tatum, because we all expect him to drop down like 26 or so, but even when he 26, 30-plus points, but even when he does struggle, he usually gets going in the second half after a rough first half, and even if he does struggle offensively, it's all about the defense that he plays, and he's played lockdown defense. Porzingis just constantly contesting shot for shot at the rim so far tonight. This has been just an excellent start here, just all around. It's awesome to see. Sam Hauser, he has made 2 threes. That's huge for the Celtics. Derek White, he has made 2 threes. Look down the lineup. The Celtics right now have 6 different players who has made at least a 3 to begin this game. They started off stone cold. They went 2 for 8 from 3-point range to begin today. Ever since, they are now 6 for 10. They're 60% from 3 in their last 10 3-point shots, and they're 40% even from the perimeter, limiting Dallas to shoot just 2 for 11 right now from 3. I mean, you couldn't draw this up any better right now for the Celtics team. Absolutely legendary start. 16 years in the making for the Boston Celtics. Game 1 right now, still a lot to go, but a lot to be admired throughout the series here. Entry pass went out of bounds. It was last touched by Horford as he deflected it out on the defensive side. So this is going to stay Mavericks basketball. Mavs started off red hot. They were 7 for 10 shooting ever since they're 4 for 21 right now from the floor. Kyrie outside over to Jones. Drives inside the paint over Holiday. Gutted to go. Good for 2. 48-29. A lengthy scoring drought for Dallas has just been able to allow the Celtics to take this game by storm early on. So we're down to the midway portion of the second quarter. Horford at the left wing. Sends it on top. Holiday. He takes the 3. No good. Around the rim and out. To rebound secured by Kyrie. Kyrie gallops up the floor as he drives on White. Outside over to Jones. To the top of the key to Luka. Around the perimeter here for the Mavs. Luka guarded by Holiday one-on-one. The matchup I've been waiting to see. Luka backs his way into Holiday. Kick out to the corner. And we get a foul here, I believe. Reaching in. Charged to Holiday. Yeah. It's going to be charged on the Holiday reaching in. That was perfectly played by Drew Holiday. As Luka went into a turnaround jump shot motion. And then at the last moment decided to kick it out to the corner to a shooter. But Holiday picked up the reach and foul. 5.5 left to go in the second. Missed shot by Luka at the rim, and his body language right now is not good. He's not sprinting back defensively either. At the left wing, Tatum on top. White sends it outside. Horford touch pass. They got numbers. Corner 3. Jaylen Brown makes them pay. Bang, bang as he sizzles the triple. 51-29 for JB. Trifecta from downtown. Celtics with a steal. Brown, and he throws it down with a right-handed flush. Oh, baby, what a blowout here in Game 1 of the series, folks. Jaylen Brown, back-to-back buckets. He is up to 13 on 5 for 7 shooting. Kyrie, guarded by White, spin move inside the key. It will be an offensive foul. Dallas commits the turnover. Maxi Kleber, an illegal screen. He sets up around the perimeter. Turnover committed by the Mavs. Luka's body language after he missed the layup at the rim, it's pathetic. Poor body language by Luka. Jogged back defensively. Celtics had 5-4 numbers transition because Luka was walking back defensively, and bang, bang, Jaylen Brown made the corner 3 wide open. Awful coaching must be ripping the Mavs right now. Dump off down low. Holiday over to White, and he scores up and through. It is good for 2. Just an absolute coaching atrocity by Jason Kidd in Game 1 of this series right now. Kyrie. Terrible turnover. Sails to the backcourt. That's a big U. That's a Mavericks turnover. Kyrie Irving, what was that to? As it skidded over Lucky at the midcourt logo, a backcourt violation. 55-29. Celtics pouring it on right now on the gas pedal all this game. Looking for their first bucket here off the turnover. Tatum with a 3. Tatum takes it, and he makes it. Bang, bang. JT rips it through as it rattles in for the triple. Oh, my goodness. Just an absolute slaughterhouse in this game right now as Luka scores the layup. 58-31. Under 4 minutes left to go before halftime. Holiday at the left wing, working on Kleber on top. Sends it over to Tatum. Tatum got it stripped out of his hands. Horford saves it. Holiday, that's a heads-up play. Pins it off the Mavs. It goes out of bounds. Elite championship identity plays bring straight-up hustle. On a botch play by the Celtics, Drew Holiday somehow saves the ball at the baseline, soaring up, and he pinned it off a Mavericks player out of bounds at the baseline. No Butler, no Halliburton, no Mitchell. Couldn't draw it up better. The narrative for the Boston Celtics is they haven't played teams at full strength. They haven't beaten anybody good. Here's the narrative coming into this series that nobody is talking about. I'll get to in just a moment as the pass got deflected out of bounds. Last touched off Dallas. It will stay Boston ball. Dallas got swept by Indiana twice in March after the trade deadline. Nobody's talking about this. Nobody in the national media, none of the big sports talk channels are talking about this on national TV as the Celtics commit a shot clock violation. Dallas got swept by 17 points and 22 points against Indiana in the regular season after the trade deadline in March. And also Dallas lost against Cleveland as well in a sweep in the regular season. This could be a nightmare matchup considering for Dallas. They've already got swept against Boston. And they couldn't even beat the Pacers or the Cavs this year. And everybody was talking about how deep the West was, but the only team that realistically had the Celtics number is out of the playoffs with Dallas. This is looking like the Celtics here right now. Touch pass in the corner. Horford over to White as his three went over to Cylinder. Rebound controlled by Dallas here. Down to 3 minutes left to go before halftime. Celtics picked up a foul in the backcourt reaching in, and this will send Dallas here to the bonus. Man, you couldn't draw this up better for a start right now. We got 600 plus in the stream. If you guys are new in the channel, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Legends here in the stream, real MVPs you guys are right now. Also, I plan on being back on Sunday night covering game number 2 of the finals. And this one's a long way from over, but wow, what a statement start here on their quest for banner 18 for Boston. Dallas, 2 shots at the free throw line in the bonus. First one is no good, missed around the rim and out by P.J. Washington. And this is their first runaround for their team for Dallas. Guys like P.J. Washington, Daniel Gafford, Derek Lively, a rookie. This is a huge step up for Lively, who is only 20 years old. Daniel Gafford, who played for Washington, a bottom feeder in the NBA. And then also P.J. Washington, who played for Charlotte, another bottom feeder in the NBA. This is a huge step up compared to the Western Conference Finals. Luka, mid-range, connects in the 2. 58-33. And with 2:50 left to go before halftime, Joe Mazzulla will burn a timeout. Wow. An insane start here. Just so much scoring balance. Everybody is on their A-plus game tonight besides Tatum. And if Tatum gets going here, then this is going to be a monstrous win for Boston. Boston is doubling up Dallas in the glass 24-12 right now. 19-10 in defensive rebounds. 5-2 in offensive boards. And that's the key in this series. Dallas was number 4 in the NBA playoffs in offensive rebounds per game. They thrive upon a bunch of second chance points. Boston is number 1 in the NBA playoffs in defensive rebounds and defensive rebounding percentage. And you're forcing Dallas to be efficient with their first shots. And that has not been the case tonight. Dallas 39% shooting, 17% from 3. Boston lighting it up from the floor. 55% shooting, 42% from 3. Allen in the street, welcome back in. Yeah, so the line tonight was 6.5 there. And I told somebody specifically the Celtics were gonna the Celtics were gonna crush them tonight. I had Boston by 13 on my prediction. I had them 116-103 for my prediction. It's a very tough task for a 5 seed to do. No 5 seed has ever won the NBA Finals. And there's only been 1 seed less than a 5 that has won the NBA championship, which was the Houston Rockets back in the late 90s. Yeah, I think what happened in that series was that Minnesota, they were burnt out for them based on that Denver series. And looking back at that series, Dallas did not get the version of Minnesota that Minnesota had against Denver. Minnesota played the worst basketball possible during the Western Conference Finals for them. And they could have easily had 3 of those games for Minnesota. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, or ring the notification bell if you guys would like to be notified here for future live streams. Jaylen Brown, 13 points, getting to the rim, setting the tone for his team. He is hustling out there on the floor, playing with a chip on his shoulder right now for Jaylen Brown. And he is earning every single penny and dollar of that bag, signing the biggest contract in the NBA in the offseason for Jaylen Brown. Kristaps Porzingis, phenomenal. 15 points, 2 blocks, 6 for 8 shooting in the first half. Just an absolute game changer. Coming back at the right moment. Brad Stevens gets full credit. When the Celtics win banner 18, Brad Stevens, the team that he built, he deserves the most credit for it. What a start for the Celtics. Just an absolute beatdown here at the TD Garden in Game 1. 58-33 right now as we come back from the timeouts. Celtics, yep, they're plus 12 in the glass, doubling up Dallas 24-12, and that's a huge difference in this series. Is that the Celtics, Tatum's been going off on the boards. He's got 6 rebounds right now for Tatum, and Luka's 6'7", Tatum's 6'10". After that, you get the two big guys that's 7'1", Gafford and Lively, but they are inexperienced. And these moments just look like they might be too bright in this type of moment. Tatum pivots, Tatum drives, and he soars up, throws it down with a two-handed dunk. Jason Tatum with authority, tearing down the Rushak. 60-33. Tatum's got 8 right now, playing downhill, attacking to the rim off the entry pass. Luka, guarded by Brown at the right wing. Luka switched here, guarded by Porzingis. Luka, 2:15 left to go before halftime. Dribbles up at the low block. Luka, fall away, tough shot, no good. They get it back into their hands, though, with Washington as he soars up, dunks it through with a two-handed flush. 25-point lead at the moment. 2 minutes left to go before halftime. Derek White on the floor with Al Horford, Kristaps Porzingis, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. They go with a double bigs here at the moment. Porzingis pops up, takes the three, makes the three from downtown. Bang, bang, and a laser beam by KP. 63-35. He's got 18 points here in the first 11 minutes by Porzingis coming off the bench. Kyrie, edge of the midcourt logo. He's working in Horford 101. Swings it outside to Kleber. Kleber attacks the rim over Porzingis. Gutted to go. That's a tough take up and in. Off the glass. Good for 2 by Kleber. Celtics by a landslide. Brown drives downhill, followed by Kleber. Brown will shoot 2 coming up here at the free throw line. Man, Jaylen Brown, just the absolute tone setter. And he is also just incredibly smart what he does as well for Jaylen Brown. Good to see if I can get up some of the stuff to go over during halftime, if I can find some of the previous accomplishments for Jaylen Brown. First free throw is no good by Jaylen at the line. Also, coming up at halftime, we'll have Mr. Tops coming up on the stream, so get ready for my tortoise coming back in at halftime. He'll be back on the stream. So we get that tortoise hype out here on the stream for Mr. Tops. Jaylen Brown, top of his class in high school, went to UC Berkeley out in California. Chess varsity team member at Cal. Missed both of the free throws, no good for Brown. Rebound control by Dallas. He can play the piano and guitar. Took graduate classes as a freshman in college for Jaylen Brown. And a bunch more that we'll go over halftime that they have right here for Brown, as Dallas has it at the wing. Outside to the top, Kleber off to Luka. 5 in the shot clock. Final minute left to go in the second. Luka jumper, 15-footer, swishes it. So it's 63-39 right now with under 1 minute left to go before half. Celtics will slow it down. Picked UC Berkeley, Cal over Blue Bloods to play for college hoops for Jaylen Brown. Just an absolute legend. Brown has it here at the top. Shovels off to Tatum. Tatum, top of the key, takes the three straight away. Off the rim, no good. Porzingis taps it back to the perimeter. Loose ball, tipped up by Dallas for the defensive board. Kyrie, outside to the wing, off to Kleber. Finds Luka at the edge of the midcourt logo. 20 seconds left to go here before halftime, and a dominant first half by the Celtics all around. Luka at the top, guarded by Porzingis. Luka, step back three in the air over Porzingis, and he drills it. 63-42 right now. A little bit of a mini run here by Dallas before we close out going to half. Tatum, final opportunity before halftime. Tatum at the wing, takes the three at the buzzer, comes up short. We close out going to halftime. The Celtics by a landslide, 63-42. As we enter halftime in Game 1 of the NBA Finals, and Boston up by 21 points. Wow. Just a phenomenal first half for the Celtics. Kristaps Porzingis, massive. Being back healthy. Couldn't ask for a better time to be back in the building right now for KP. Going up against his former team, and he looks fresh out there right now. Just nobody can match up and lock him down. Jaylen Brown, 13 points for him, 5 for 7 shooting from the floor. Top of his class in high school, UC Berkeley, over Blue Bloods for his offers. He's learned multiple languages. Youngest person to ever lecture at Harvard. He was an MIT Media Lab fellow. Offered a NASA internship for Jaylen Brown. And at the age of 22, He was named NBA Players Association Vice President back in 2016. And then last summer, he was teaching a robotics session up at MIT, while he was also receiving his $304 million contract. That was in the works as well for Jaylen Brown. Yeah, so he did miss those 2 critical free throws. He has struggled this year at the free throw line for him, for Jaylen Brown. I mean, he's just been so good as the tone setter for this team. He's like the vocal presence out in the locker room for Jaylen Brown. And then everything here for Brad Stevens, just awesome what he's done. So he's been in his Executive of the Year this year for Brad Stevens, 3rd year as a GM in the league. As he went from being the head coach for the Celtics to being GM back in 2021. He brought back Al Horford. This is a big trade right here. Derek White got out to a great start in the first quarter. He's got 8 points. He's made 2 threes and 4 assists. That Derek White trade from a couple years back, that was huge, where he flipped Romeo Langford and Josh Richardson for Derek White. Derek White's been awesome in this playoffs. He has like 60 assists to only 10 turnovers. It's a 6-to-1 assist to turnover ratio for him. And then the trade in the offseason, it was tough to see Marcus Smart let go. Really tough. But Marcus Smart trade for Porzingis, and tonight, wow, that trade from almost a year ago for KP, it is paying dividends tonight to begin the series. Trading Malcolm Brogdon, Rob Williams, 2 injury-prone players on October 1st for Jrue Holiday. Jrue was massive in the last series, game-winning plays that he had. That trade happened on October 1st. That was 1 week before the start of the NBA preseason. Like, Jrue Holiday, by the time he got into Boston, he was playing catch-up for him, for Jrue Holiday. And tonight he's got 5 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists so far for him. Only has attempted 4 shots, usually not like one of the top shot makers on the team, but when he's left open, he's smart with his shot selection, and he can do damage and knock down those open shots for Jrue. But it all comes down to his lockdown defensive style for him. He just finds the right plays defensively at the right time for Jrue Holiday. Just an absolute dog of a defender. They signed Peyton Pritchard to a deal in the offseason, re-signed Jaylen Brown to his massive contract in the offseason, and now in the NBA Finals looking for banner 18. Just what a start for the Celtics here. Executive of the Year, Brad Stevens. This roster construction really just paying off right now. So welcome in everybody right now at halftime. We just hit the 200 plus like mark. You guys, the legends here on the stream right now. If you're new in the channel, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Incredible Boston star, dominant on the glass. They were 24-12. Dallas has got the last 4 rebounds going into half, 24-16. So yeah, welcome in Jeff on the stream right now. So yeah, they were up by 27. It's now been cut to 21. Actually, the largest lead was 29 for the Celtics. So their largest lead was 29. It's been cut down to 21. It's just a little bit of complacency towards the end of the half. Tatum took a tough 3 to the air ball at the buzzer. Just got to keep that foot in the gas pedal and don't be complacent. Still got the second half left to go. It all starts with the defense. Locking down Dallas. They've yet to find their 3. That defense is going to translate into offense. And right now they have just locked them down to begin this game. The key here for the Celtics is limiting those assists. Luka has been a triple-double machine in the assist column this season. And Dallas as a team only has 5 total assists right now going into half. 15 of 5 assists in favor of Boston at the moment. They've just taken Luka out of this game being a playmaker so far at the moment for him. He's only got 1 assist going into halftime for Luka, so he's got 17. That's what I said in the pregame. He's going to get his points, 17 points by Luka, but here's the thing. Kyrie, is he going to step up or no? And right now, he's been locked down. The Celtics have neutralized Kyrie, and they've locked him up. If Kyrie goes off and Luka goes off, Dallas will win the game. If both of those guys go for 33 and 33 and combine for 66 like they did against Minnesota in Game 5, they will win. But today, Kyrie just locked up. 6 points, 3 for 9 shooting. And he had a lot of trouble during the last game of the regular season, too, against the Celtics, where he shot 9 for 22 and 1 for 9 from 3. I just think that the Celtics here are on their revenge tour. They're out to just get Kyrie's number and get revenge over him from and keep him winless ever since his actions to Lucky from a couple years back. He's 0-10 since that happened. Yep, Mr. Tops is coming on here in just a moment. So the Tortoise is going to be coming on here in just a moment, everybody. It's basically right now 2-on-1. Celtics guys in double figures. Porzingis and Brown. Luka's the only one to show up tonight for Dallas. That's what I thought it would be in the series. Realistically, more like 5-on-2. Plus the Boston Celtics balance. There's just too much balance by the Celtics for them. And Tatum hasn't really been able to get going for him just yet. You got so many guys who can take threes and shoot threes for the Celtics. You had 7 guys who made 100-plus threes during the season. And tonight, right down the lineup, you got 7 guys who's made at least a 3 tonight. 2 made threes by 4 different players. Tatum, White, Hauser, and Porzingis have all made 2 threes. 1 3 each between Horford, Holiday, and Brown right now. And Pritchard is yet to make a 3. He's 0 for 4 from the perimeter. So if he can get going, then things look real good. For Dallas, you're going to have to channel in that inner magnificent defense that they had during the stretch for them. Wow, looking really good for Boston sports tonight. So Red Sox up 10-zip, top of the 6th. Thanks for the update there, Michael, on the channel. Robert on the stream. Vince, hockey from home, welcome in. Tops moves more than most of the Mavericks players, according to Siegel. Yeah, there's been times where Dallas has struggled to get back in transition defense. That's where I thought also the style of the game would play in favor of Boston. Boston's coming off a track meet against Indiana. Like, Indiana, all they do is zip up and down the floor. It's like a race to, like, 100-plus shots when you face the Pacers. Like, when I called that game during the last series, it was constantly, like, both of those teams were working on a 5-second shot clock. They were attempting, like, shots within 5 seconds of the start of the possession. Whereas in this series, you get a Dallas team that slows down the basketball, plays with a methodical pace. The only way that they can get back in the game is that their defense has to make some severe adjustments and hope for Boston to start to miss their threes, and you're going to have to channel in the just clutch defense that you had against Minnesota, which went on lengthy scoring droughts. I'm not sure that that's going to be the case here against this Boston team. Boston is just so much balance and so much more firepower as their team compared to any other team in the NBA. It's just, you got a duo with Brown and Tatum, but also the key difference maker is going to be the 3, 4, 5, and 6 guys. And I was considering more of Porzingis to be a 6 guy in this series, not being the 1 guy right now for him, coming out of nowhere, being at the top of the race for conference finals or for NBA Finals MVP right now in the first half at the moment. But this has just been fantastic what Porzingis has done. So got to see if we can get the Tortoise back on here, Mr. Tops right now, with a 21-point lead for Boston. We'll see what Mr. Tops has to say about the Celtics. He is quite active, pounding on the glass of his tank, and I think he wants to watch the game, so I think he's looking a little bit excited for him. Up out of his seat, very, very active for Mr. Tops. So, without any further ado, here is the Tortoise in just a moment, Mr. Tops. Actually, since we're at halftime, I created his own slide. So, I'm going to put the slide up for like 5 seconds as we get a hold of Mr. Tops. And, we'll have the slide up here in just a moment for you guys. All right, so here he goes. Here's the strong boy right now. This is my tortoise, Mr. Tops. He's going to be turning 9 years old coming up in late June for Mr. Tops. So there he goes. He's a good boy tonight. And yeah, he is quite active, and he is running around, getting his claws going on, wants to move while he's in my hands. And yeah, Dallas could have used a lot of that movement right there. Mr. Tops trying his hardest right now. What's Mr. Tops think about this great Celtics start? Oh, yeah. He's loving the camera time for Mr. Tops. So that is my tortoise, Mr. Tops. And he's keeping his head out in his shell. So hopefully that's something Jason Tatum can do. He started to do it late stage of the second quarter. And Mr. Tops got his head out of his shell. We'll see if Jason Tatum can really poke it out and start to go off in half number 2. How about that there, buddy? Oh, yeah. There we go. So that is Mr. Tops the tortoise, everybody. That's my pet tortoise right there. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Good suggestion there by Vital Rights. When I did the college basketball for March Madness, I did like a light blue a couple of years ago. I've kept it yellow for a while. I really like the yellow background that we have. Yeah, I'll see if I can like play around with some colors sometime. But that was a new addition I just put up, was the tortoise slide. So over the weekend I worked on that, and I had to get the tortoise's pictures. So we sat down with a tortoise for quite a bit of time, took some pictures of him on the Celtics blankets, and was able to get up a slide for the stream there. Absolutely huge that Boston has found their stroke. All they need, well, they're going to be making more than 16 plus threes, I would imagine. Just keep on making their shots right now if you're the Celtics. And this has been incredible defense, limiting Dallas to just 42 in the first half. Boston 11 for 27 from 3. Dallas is 3 for 13. The numbers were, because I was looking at the stats from the regular season, the Celtics were 53-9 when they made 15 threes or greater for them. This is looking really promising right now. I would just like to see Boston head to the free throw line much more. They went just 4 for 6 in the first half at the free throw line. There hasn't been many free throws at all. There's only been 12 combined free throws in this game. Yeah, I'll see what goes along with it. Maybe like if I do like a Celtic style green, I probably have to change the text colors. Instead of black for the names, I would have to change them to white, most likely, so it blends in better. Because I think it'd be quite tougher to see black on green, or green on black. Because usually to work that out, there would have to be like an outline, usually. That's why I like the yellow on black. That works really well. But a lot of the other colors, if it's like a brighter color, doesn't really work too well if it's like black lettering on like a different type of color. Start of the third quarter here in just a moment. TD Garden rocking tonight. Causeway Street, downtown Boston. Everything all around. Couldn't ask for a better start than this if you're the Celtics. They led as many by 29. Back to action. 21-point lead, right to left on the floor. Dallas has the first possession. Luka on the floor with PJ Washington, Kyrie, Derrick Jones Jr., and also Daniel Gafford as Luka attacks, drives to the rim, scores with a right-hand layup. 19 points by Luka, 19-point lead for the Celtics here. Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Derek White, and Al Horford. That's the 5 on the floor currently for the Celtics. Tatum finds White, catching fire, 3 left, quarter takes it, and he makes it as they pick off where they left off, beginning half number 2 of action. 12th made 3 in the night. Derek White knocks down the triple. 66-44 for the Celtics. A lot of great threes tonight, taken in rhythm after a slow start from the perimeter. Kyrie, top of the key, drives in Holiday, rises for the jumper, deep 2, no good, able to soar up at the rim as Gafford puts in the putback. They've yet to have an alley-oop jam so far in this game for Dallas. That's what they did in the third and fourth quarters, a lot of those against Minnesota. White on the 3, missed off the back iron, rebound secured by Dallas. Derek White's over-under number was at 13.5 entering today's game. Derek White right now is up to 11. He is creeping up in that number currently. Luka at the top here, dribbles downhill. Luka floats with the runner off the glass, too strong. Hands up in the air, looking for the foul call. Couldn't get it. As he is jogging back defensively once again. They got numbers for the Celtics here until Luka gets back. Brown off the jab step. Brown takes the 3. Brown no good around the rim and out. Rebound secured here by Dallas. Kyrie up the floor, accelerates past Holiday, floats with the runner, got the bounce, good for 2 as he's able to knock down the 14-footer. Celtics by 18. Dallas hanging in games against Minnesota, coming from behind, stealing 3 of those games. Cannot let them hang in. Gotta keep on the foot on the gas pedal right now. Tatum lost it, just turned it over as he tried to turn the corner at the baseline, but had it stripped away from him. Dallas up the floor. Luka, kick out to the corner. Outside, Kyrie, open 3. Off the mark, no good. Tipped up in the air towards the baseline, out of bounds. Gafford out of bounds with it. It will be Boston basketball. That's a huge missed shot by Kyrie. Open in transition with a 3, and he cannot send it down. Kyrie, 0 for 3 from the perimeter, just 4 for 12 tonight with only 8 points in 22 minutes. Holiday at the top, sends it over to Horford. Horford at the right wing, hand off to Tatum. Tatum bounce past Horford at the baseline. Horford, jumper, takes it around the rim, no good. Luka collects the defensive rebound. Mavericks with a possession here. Kyrie up the floor. Attacks. Jumper. Mid-range. Kyrie off the back rim. No good. Holiday secures the defensive rebound. Kyrie has got absolutely locked up in this game. Holiday. Kick. Quarter. Open 3. White. Off the back rim. No good. Rebound secured by Luka. A lot of missed shots here currently in the floor. Dallas with a possession. Luka guarded by Horford. Step back, 3 in the air at the right wing. Horford blocks Luka. Celtics come up with a basketball. Brown up the floor. Brown attacks downhill and gets caught in the offensive foul. So Brown lowers the shoulder past the midcourt logo on Luka. And that's a turnover committed charge to Jaylen Brown. Man, Al Horford, step for step, guarding Luka off the classic step back. And they have that sniffed out right now. They know the scouting report of Luka. That he's going to go, if he's on the perimeter on you, he's going to go step back 3. And Horford had that sniffed out right there, 3 inches taller than Luka. 8:40 left to play in the third. This game's been all Celtics, looking to continue it that way. Horford with 2 blocks tonight so far. Top of the key, Kyrie. Celtics is a team with 4 total blocks, 2 each by Horford and Porzingis. Kyrie lost the handle, turns it over. Holiday comes up with a steal. Drew up the floor, jacks up the 3 in transition, came up short. White with a putback chance from behind, gets fouled. Derek White going to shoot 2 coming up here at the free throw line. Hustle play after hustle play all game long for the Celtics. +7 currently in the glass, 28-21. And Kyrie's rough return continues as he turned it over just a moment ago. 2 shots here by Derek White at the free throw line. Hey, that's awesome, Jeffrey. That's great, man. Gonna go to Fenway on a Saturday. First one is good by White. I'll be back for game number 2 at 8 p.m. on Sunday. Will be game number 2. I'll be back to stream that one as well. Celtics looking to get up by 20, and they do. Both of them good at the free throw line by Drew. 68-48. 8:15 left to go in the third. Kyrie, guarded by Horford at the right corner. Gets around Horford. Kyrie soars up to the rim, and he scores the easy layup. That's the easiest bucket of the game right there off the dribble drive start. as Al Horford was just beating off the dribble. Yeah, Horford tried to gamble. He tried to go for the steal. And Kyrie just able to beat him past at the baseline. Celtics get the inbound. Porzingis on the bench currently right now is Horford. They get their starting 5 out there to the floor. Porzingis came off the bench on the bench to begin this third quarter. Tatum drives and kicks out to the corner, turns it over. Yeah, Tatum's just been wild with his passes tonight. 5 turnovers for JT tonight in this game. He just has to settle down with the basketball, just doing too much with it when it comes down to his playmaking tonight. Only 4 assists to 5 turnovers, and Dallas cuts it down to 16 as Washington scores the layup. 68-52, trying to creep back in this game, and hopefully the Celtics watched a lot of film of Minnesota and how they beat themselves down and blew the lead, and you don't want to do that right now if you're Boston. You got to learn from your mistakes in the past, as this Dallas Mavericks team is hanging in right now in this game. A 29-point lead has been cut down to 16. 7:42 left to go in the third as we take the timeout. Yeah, a little bit of a scoring drought right now for the Celtics here currently. You got to get this back into order, as they're attempting a lot of threes, but they're breaking them. And that was the same case how they started off the game, is that they were breaking a lot of shots to begin. Crazy part about this game tonight is that Luka has been just a non-factor in the playmaking department. He's got just 1 assist. They've only got 5 total assists as a team. That ball is sticking for Dallas constantly. And they've had some opportunities to get this lead a little bit more closer, but they just haven't. Kyrie had a wide-open transition 3, couldn't send it down. The Celtics got to be careful, though, because Kyrie, he gets better and better in the fourth quarter. They got to be really careful right now and keep on controlling this game and up the lead. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell if you guys would like to be notified for future live streams in the channel. Also, vote in the poll if you haven't already done so. And wow, by the way, the Mavs are leading the poll currently 52-48 at the moment. So feel free, hit us up in the chat if you haven't already done so. Let us know who you guys like tonight to win, Celtics or Mavs. Just can't let them keep on hanging in this game right now. Since we're right now in the timeouts, all those links are posted in the description of this video. Feel free to check out the Behind Your Basketball merchandise site if anybody's interested. We got a lot of cool stuff out there. Short sleeve shirts, iPhone cases, pillows, stickers, sweatshirts, t-shirts, pillows. Got the pillow actually directly behind me with the channel logo on it. So if anybody would like some merch, feel free to check out the Behind Your Basketball merchandise site. All those links, merchandise, memberships, Twitter link, Discord, are all posted in the description of this video. I have pinned to the chat the memberships link, which is as low as $1.99 at the US dollar rate per month. For all channel members, we currently have around 25 plus channel members who all get shout outs at the end of each and every single one of my live streams. Peso, welcome back in. Yes, he has been playing lights out tonight. So Porzingis in the first half was incredible for him. Porzingis has 18 points in 13 minutes on 7 for 9 shooting, 2 for 3 from 3-point range, and 2 blocks for Porzingis. A plus 15 on the floor. 18 points in 13 minutes. Massive. Absolutely massive for him in the first half. Back to action. 7:40 left to go in the third. And Porzingis will stay on the bench. So it's Horford, White, Brown, Holiday, and Tatum. That's the 5 in the court currently for the Celtics right now. White elevates for the J. Took the deep 2. Missed off the rim short. Rebound control by Luka. 5 in the floor for Dallas look like this. Lively, Luka, Kyrie, PJ Washington, and Derrick Jones Jr. Luka attacks inside the paint, scores with a layup. Luka's getting going right now. 21 points. It's down to 14. Holiday guarded at the baseline. Working on Jones one-on-one. Holiday makes a move down low, and he gets fouled. 2 free throws coming up here by Drew. Yeah, Luka he is doing everything possible. He looks gassed right now at the moment. Like, he is trying to do everything possible to get Dallas right back in this game. He went right into the camera crew as he scored a layup past Horford, and then he came down, sliding down right next to the stanchion in front of the camera crew. 2 free throws here by Holiday. First one is good. Wow, that's a name I haven't heard in a while. Cooper Rush. Yeah, Luka's looking like he's in a little bit of pain right now for him. Going just right back on the defensive side of the floor. Celtics by 16. Holiday makes both of the free throws. So we're down to 7 minutes left to go in the third here. Dallas with a possession. Kyrie brings up the floor. Lobs it over to Washington at the elbow. Washington jab step guarded by White. Floats up the shot over White. No good. Around the rim and out. Tipped off the glass. And a foul off the tap in. So this will be Washington shooting 2 at the free throw line. Porzingis, by the way, is back on the floor right now for KP. Mike, welcome back in. It does help. So definitely being a Celtics fan helps. Knowing, being able to call a lot of the Celtics streams this year with these games and knowing this team inside and out and what their tendencies are. The biggest thing for Boston this year is how they responded to 8-point games with 8 minutes remaining. If they're up by like a range of 8 to 12, they win all the time in that range. But if they're in between a range of 1 to 7 points, then things get a little bit dicey, more so between 1 to 4 points for them. So PJ Washington buries both of the free throws. 14-point game. Dallas hanging in right now. And if you're the Celtics, you got to keep your foot on the gas pedal. Brown, guarded by Luka, top of the key. Jaylen Brown, double figures tonight. He has got 13 at the moment. Away from the basketball, we have a foul here picked up, charged to Dallas. Lively holding up Porzingis coming around the screen. So that was charged to Lively in the defensive foul. Celtics with it. Tatum attacks the rack. Tatum dribble drive inside, and he scores with a right-hand layup. 72 to 56. Jason Tatum up to double digits. Jonel, thanks for joining in. As Dallas responds with a Luka jumper. That's a 3 from the perimeter. 13-point game, as close as it's been since around the late stage of the first quarter. Luka's got 24. Holiday at the left wing. Hands it off to Tatum. Tatum's guarded by Lively around the perimeter. Tatum one-on-one working on Derek Lively the second. He drives, gets past him. Skip pass, right wing. Brown catching fire. 3 off the back iron. No good. Luka collects the defensive rebound. Still a while left to go in this game here as they drive, attack. Blocked was Jones. They get it back, though, with a wing. Here's a 3 by Dallas. Off the back iron, no good. Holiday secures the defensive board. Massive rebounds here defensively by the Celtics tonight. Drew Holiday just came up with one a moment ago. Huge defensive plays all game long. Tatum was able to block Derrick Jones Jr. And these role players for Dallas, they have come crashing back down to earth. They have not been their usual selves. 5 points by Derrick Jones Jr. Gafford's got 6. Washington has 10. Kyrie on 10 on just 5 for 15 shooting. At the elbow, it is Porzingis. Porzingis guarded one-on-one by Luka. Ball got poked loose by Luka, and Luka came up with a steal. Luka guarded by Tatum here. Gets past him. Luka drive. Kick out to the top of the key. Kyrie. He's guarded by White one-on-one. Approaching 5 minutes left to go in the third here. Kyrie fall away. Takes it. And he makes it. Kyrie's up to 12. It's only an 11-point game at the moment. Yep. Dallas is inching slowly back into this game. Celtics got to be careful right now. Holiday. Hand off to Brown at the right wing perimeter. Brown Dribbles and drives. Kick out to the corner. Holiday laces up the three off the back rim. No good. Tipped up and it goes out of bounds. It was a shot clock violation anyway committed by Boston. Would have been off of Derek White. And it will go back to Dallas if you're Joe Mazzulla. You're going to think about taking a timeout coming up. Ooh. I think that last shot, Kyrie traveled with it. It was a no call. The referees did not see that. 11-point game. Dallas just so clutch in crunch time right now as they've outscored the Celtics 19-9. Make it 22-9. Luka buries the three. If you're Joe Mazzulla, you got to take a timeout. That's exactly what he does. The most elite player in the league has showed up for this one in the second half. 22-9, third quarter advantage in favor of Dallas. And the Celtics are lucky to get out to a great start in this game. Anybody's game right now, 72-64. 4:27 left to go, and the Celtics got to stop settling for threes and attack and get to the paint. Snap that ball around, pass that ball, and play make. Wow, Red Sox up 12-0. Thanks for the update there, Siegel. Tatiana, thanks for joining in. Welcome in here from Boston on the stream with Timothy in the channel. Thanks for stopping by, everybody, tonight. We got 700 plus watching. If you're new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Helps out a ton with this video being found on YouTube. Man, what a game. Yeah, Luka's getting hot right now. I thought he would get his points tonight. 27 by Luka. 12 by Kyrie, though, and 10 missed shots. Yet to make a three. If Kyrie starts to drill shots, then this game is getting closer and closer and closer to a 1 or 2 possession game real quick. Right now, Celtics got to get back in order. They got to find a hot hand. Porzingis is 18. White's got 13. Brown's got 13. Brown struggled, though, just 1 for 5 from 3. He's got to do what he does best and attack and get to the rim. 10 by Tatum. Tatum's only attempted 9 shots tonight. The balance has been there between everybody in shot attempts. 10 attempted shots by White, 9 each between Tatum, Brown, and Porzingis for attempted shots. 6 attempted shots by Holiday, 5 by Horford. So, yeah, Joe Mazzulla really needed that timeout. The offense needs to start clicking here. This is just bad. Just 9 points right now in the third quarter. They get to start moving the basketball and getting a higher percentage shot. They're settling way too much for threes. Like, they need to start attacking and getting to the rim. By the way, nobody has been able to score an alley-oop lob tonight. So neither team has had an alley-oop tonight in this game. If Dallas comes back from the timeout and they score an alley-oop, we got a game going down to the wire right now. If Dallas does that immediately coming back from the timeout, yeah, it's going to come down to 1 possession. And that's where I'm worried about the Celtics. When you got just such an elite offensive player like Luka that just thrives in crunch time, that could burn them. Man, they were up by 29. They need to make a response right back right here. They've had some issues with this throughout the season. They blew a 30-point lead against the Hawks. It wasn't as bad as previous years, though. Like last couple of years, they really struggled closing out games for them. Luka, a one-man show, up to 27 points now, 4 for 9 from the perimeter, 11 for 20 from the floor. We come back to action, part of a 22-9 run for Dallas. 29-9 since the minute 25 mark remaining in the second quarter, and the Celtics got to get back their offense in another gear. Tatum drives past Luka inside a key. Tatum off the glass, no good. Tipped by Porzingis. Lively controls the defensive rebound. Dallas active on the glass right now, and the backcourt. Lively travel with the basketball, though. So a turnover committed by Dallas by Derek Lively as he came up with a rebound, and then in the backcourt immediately traveled with it as he just lost his footing. So a gift right there for Boston. Celtics just simply can't score. Like, they're taking a bunch of low percentage shots and settling for too many contested jumpers off the dribble. Brown, top of the key. Brown towards his right guard at the right wing, working on Luka. Brown gets past Luka. Kick out to the corner, and he went up and actually got fouled here at the rim. So this will be 2 free throws coming up by Jaylen Brown. The critical free throws at this stage of the game. See here in the replays, he got past Luka, met Lively at the rim, went up. And the ball slipped out of his hands, got fouled. So he was attacking Lively right at the cup for Jaylen Brown, and he'll have 2 free throws. First shot by Brown, right down the middle. It's a great sign to see for JB. He missed the 2 free throws previous to that. Lively just picked up his 4th personal foul. Foul trouble right now. Nobody for the Celtics is in deep foul trouble. 2 each between Holiday, White, and Brown. But over for the Mavs, 4 personal fouls by Lively. He's the only player who's in deep foul trouble. Brown missed his 2nd one. He's left half of his free throws off the board. Just 3 for 6 right now at the free throw line. Luka, guarded by Holiday at the midcourt logo. 10 in the shot clock. 3:40 left to go in the third. A pass got bobbled by Kyrie. Kyrie picked it up, though. Dribbled inside the key. Turnaround jumper, Kyrie. And he gets called in the travel. Back-to-back turnovers by Dallas in the offensive side of the floor, opening up the door here for Boston. So miscues for Dallas, and the Celtics looking to take advantage. Tatum on the floor with Hauser, Brown, Porzingis, and Holiday. That's the 5 in the court currently right now for the Celtics. Tatum dribbles up to the elbow. Outside, finds Porzingis. Open 3. No good off the mark. Offensive rebound controlled by Tatum. Over to Porzingis. Cuts the hoop, and he throws it down with a 2-handed flush. Kristaps Porzingis shuts down the door. He is back once again here, folks. Tatum with an assist, a major offensive rebound for JT, 20 points in 17 minutes for KP. Kyrie, no good in the 3 around the rim and out. Another rebound secured by Tatum. Tatum slows it down, another 3 minutes left to go in the third here. 11-point advantage. Tatum, crossover, gets past Lively. Dump off down low. Holiday, kick to the corner. Brown, a baseline dribble. Brown had it tipped around, and he got fouled again. If that's on Lively, that's his 5th. So if this is on Derek Lively, this will be his 5th personal foul right now as Jaylen Brown attacked inside the key, weaved his way. Yeah, that's on Lively. He got around past Kyrie, met Lively. That is number 5 picked up by Lively for personal fouls with a long way left to go in this game. He's the only player that's got deep foul trouble. Everybody else with 1 or 0. For Dallas, he just picked up his 5th for a rookie. First free throw is good by Brown. Man, Jaylen Brown just so good in attack mode. Just wish that he can hit every single one of his free throws. Right now, 4 for 7 at the free throw line for Jaylen. Lively is going to be on the bench for a very long time for him. 2nd free throw, got the bounce, it's good. Couple miscues by Dallas. Celtics have taken advantage of it with a foul trouble as well. No points by Lively in 14 minutes, just picked up his 5th. Luka. Off a double team at the elbow. Floats it up over the top. Deflected. Out to the corner it goes, though. Dump off down low underneath. Huge rejection. Jaylen Brown as he denies. At the rim, Derrick Jones Jr. Celtics transition. 3 in the air. Horford well off the mark. Couldn't connect as it hit the bottom right part of the backboard. Dallas controlled the rebound. Luka. Pass midcourt. Working in Horford around the perimeter. Luka towards his left. Hoists up the 3. Off the back rim. No good. A rebound secured by Porzingis. That was by Hauser, controlled the defensive rebound. That's exactly what you want to do right there. Now Horford did it. Off the dribble towards his left, Luka went jacked up a contested fall-away 3 at the left wing. Brown inside the paint, kick out to the corner. Holiday, touch pass, straightaway 3. Tatum, and he buries it. Jason Tatum zips it through. Laser beam trifecta from the perimeter. 80-64. Timeout taken on the floor by Dallas, and the Celtics going to run right back to get themselves up by 16. Just different here this season for the Boston Celtics. You try to come back on them, they will make a run right back, make their adjustments during the next timeout, and the ball was moving. Attacking the paint, heading to the free throw line, putting Dallas in foul trouble, moving the basketball. That's the best possession we've seen all game long. Passing the ball all around the floor. Tonight, the key difference maker has been assists. tonight in this game. Boston with 18 assists. Dallas with just 5. They've yet to even record a single assist in the second half right now. They just have 5 total assists this entire game. Just completely taking Luka out of the game as a playmaker tonight. Luka with 27 points, 10 rebounds, just 1 assist tonight by Luka. Kyrie, 12 points on 6 for 17 shooting, 0 for 5 from 3. And then 10 by PJ Washington with 7 rebounds. The two big guys have struggled on the glass tonight. Gafford's got just 2 rebounds, no blocks, which is his key. And then Lively, no blocks, no rebounds. He's got 4 rebounds. 4 rebounds, no blocks, no points, and 14 minutes and 5 fouls. Going to be on the bench for a while. Ron, welcome back in, man. Yeah. Celtics looking really good. 8-zip run right now. Dallas was on the 22-9 run to start off the third quarter. And Jaylen Brown getting it into another gear. Getting to the rim, attacking. 16 points for him. Porzingis made a bucket on a slam dunk, trailing to the hoop. He's got 20. 1:45 left to go in the third as we come back to action. Luka off the screen. Pops up, takes the 3, missed off the back rim. Brown collects the defensive rebound. 5 in the floor look like this for Boston. Brown, Horford, Tatum, Hauser, and Holiday. Porzingis is currently in the bench right now. Tatum at the NBA Finals logo at the right wing. Dribbles, drives, kick out to the corner, deflected into the hands of... Hauser let it just roll out of bounds. 7 on the shot clock. So Hauser just let it go out of bounds. It went off at Dallas last. So we'll stay Boston ball with 7 on the shot clock as they will look to get the inbound. Gafford checks back into the game. Washington checks out. Washington 7 rebounds. Gafford with just 2 at 6'11". Kyrie checks back in for the Mavs. And Luka will come out. This is a great chance to go on a run right now if you're the Celtics. Luka just checked out of the game right now. So Kyrie, who has missed 11 shots on 6 for 17 shooting, comes out of the game. Horford, quarter 3, and he hits it. Big Al Horford as he rolls one in around the rim, and it goes through. Celtics making a plethora of threes tonight in the NBA Finals opener. 14 for 38 from the perimeter, 37% shooting. And the ball goes out of bounds. Major defense by Boston. Jaylen Brown, clutch on the defensive side of the floor, blocks Kyrie's layup attempt at the rim as he swats that one out of bounds. Jaylen Brown just bringing the energy to his team tonight here, the X Factor, I believe, in this series. 16 points, 3 steals, 2 blocks for JB, just out-hustling everybody on the floor tonight. Final minute left to go in the third. Luka currently on the bench right now at the moment. Kyrie downhill to the rim. No good. Missed around the rim and out of bounds off the fingertips of Dallas. Referees are going to say it's Boston ball. So Gafford last touched it. Here you go for the Celtics. Final 50 seconds to see if you can get a bucket or 2 to close out the end of the third quarter with Luka on the bench. Brown on a mismatch. He is working on Kleber 101. Top of the key. Takes the 3. And he makes it from downtown. It's good. Bang, bang by Jaylen Brown. 86-64 for Boston. JB, what can he do for you? He's got 19 in the first 3 quarters. Out to the right corner, Kleber. Hand off to Kyrie at the right wing. Kyrie, right baseline dribble. Fall away over Horford. No good. Put back chance. No good by Gafford. A late whistle, though. And a foul picked up. Charge to Boston. And that occurred with 14 seconds left to go. Jaylen Brown right now in the zone. Luka just needing more help. And Kyrie is not there to get his team going in this game, and it's resulting in a 22-point lead for Boston in Game 1 of the series. Gafford will shoot 2 at the free throw line. First one is good. It rolled around the rim and went in. Just they're not going to get enough from the role players. It's only 2 guys that can carry you if you're Dallas. This is more like 5-on-2 in this series. And Celtics just got them outnumbered. 4 guys in double figures for Boston. 20 by Porzingis off the bench. 19 by Brown. 13 by Tatum. 13 by White. And then Luka has got 27, 12 by Kyrie, 10 by Washington. It's just so many more scores for the Celtics compared to Dallas where they're at. Second free throw is good. You're relying heavily upon two guys. Between Luka, who's going to get his buckets, but Kyrie, can he get those? And that has not been the case tonight. Up fake, Brown drives, attacks downhill to the rim. No good off the top of the glass as we close out the end of the third quarter. 86-66 at the end of three. The Boston Celtics looking to take game one of the series. They're doing it in dominant fashion right now. Wow, what was a 22-9 start by Dallas had turned into a 12-1 run to close out. Or a 12-2 run to close out the end of the third quarter for Boston. Just incredible. Like, huge adjustments made, stepping it up defensively. Multiple blocks within that span. Jaylen Brown had that huge swat to the corner. I get a feeling here, Jaylen Brown has got a good chance to be NBA Finals MVP. The Celtics take this series. Like, he is playing just furious right now for Jaylen Brown. Like, he's just playing on another level. Like, he is so hungry and he wants it more than anybody else out there. Full-time attack mode for Jaylen. Leading the way with 3 steals, 3 blocks. Celtics been a block fest tonight. They got 8 blocks through 3 quarters. If you're from the U.S., this game is on the ABC. I'm not sure how you can pick it up if you're internationally. I'm not sure what channel it will be on if you're internationally. But if you're from the U.S., this game is on ABC. Wow, 13-2 for the Red Sox. Holy smokes. Yeah, I'm actually supposed to be going to an MLB game next month. So I'm going away to Cleveland around the 4th of July next month. And the hotel that I'm staying is only like a 12-minute walk to Progressive Field. So one of those days is actually the 4th of July. I'm supposed to go to the Cleveland Guardians game. We're going to see if we can get tickets. Tickets are only like $16. They play against the White Sox during that day. Got a couple of sporting events that I'm going to coming up. I'm hoping this series doesn't go to a Game 7 because on the Game 7 day, I'm actually at New Hampshire Motor Speedway for the NASCAR race during Game 7 day. So hopefully the Celtics are able to win this series before 7. I predicted them in 6 in this series. But yeah, this is an excellent start. This is the game that they definitely needed. Some people had said that they thought that Dallas would take this game. But this is huge for Boston because Dallas has had their struggles in Game 1. Both of their double-digit losses were against the Clippers and the OKC in Game 1 for them. They've only had 5 losses this entire playoffs. 3 of those were by single digits, and then 2 of those were those 2 double-digit Game 1 losses, Clippers and Thunder. And the Celtics, their worst games have come in Game 2. That's their only losses have been Game 2 against the Heat and against the Cavs for them. So just got to keep this going on because you cannot let Dallas steal one at home if you're Boston. Yeah, a lot of people keep on betting against the Celtics, which makes no sense. Actually, I'm looking at the poll right now. Dallas leads the poll for the percentage points, 53-47 right now, which is quite random because I streamed a lot of the Celtics games throughout the regular season. Back to action as we start off the fourth quarter here. Luka back on the floor. Jones hands it off to Kyrie. He drives in Porzingis at the low block. Bounce pass underneath. And Jones got it blocked as he got denied by Porzingis. Third block of the game by Porzingis. Attacking inside the paint. It's a layup good. Scored by Washington with a left-hand layup. 18-point game, approaching 11 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter here. White dribbles up to the right block. White looks to pass it outside, gets bumped into by Kyrie, and Kyrie picks up the reach and foul. Yeah, training was pretty interesting. Went well, though. So the guy who I trained this week at the radio station, he's a sports talk show host. His brother played in the NBA for the Celtics back in 1999 and 2000. His brother actually came to my high school to do a motivational speech a decade ago about how he almost lost his life. Talked about the man with the yellow pill, and you do not want to do drugs. His brother is actually Chris Herron. So Chris Herron played in the NBA. He played college basketball at Fresno State and Boston College, and then he was drafted, I believe it was by the Nuggets, as Luka scores the bucket and one. Coming up for Luka here at the free throw line as he gets fouled by Brown on the side, so Luka will have an and one. Yeah, he played for the Celtics in 1999 and 2000, but he struggled with a lot of it was you want to stay away from doing drugs and stuff, because that's why he wasn't able to play in the NBA anymore, was the drug use and stuff. And it almost got to the point where he was actually dead for 30 seconds, according to his Wikipedia page. He overdosed, crashed into a utility pole in Fall River, and then he was revived by paramedics, came back to life. Yeah, Fenway prices are crazy, plus like the price to find parking in downtown Boston too. It's like crazy. Yeah, that's who I'm training right now. So I've been training him on the board. This ball gets stolen away by Dallas as they went to the rim, couldn't finish, tipped up around, and Boston came up with a rebound with White. Pritchard on the floor. Pritchard yet to score tonight. He's played only 7 minutes. Porzingis pops up for the jumper, mid-range, off the rim. Short rebound controlled by Jones here for Dallas. Luka at the corner brings along a double team. Outside it goes over to Jones around the perimeter. It's just been out of flow with their offense this entire game. Very little with their assist rate. 20 assists by Boston, only 6 this entire game by Dallas. Celtics doing a great job just taking Luka out of this game as a primary playmaker for him. He looks completely gassed right now. He's going to head to the free throw line. Yeah, nobody else can really pick up the scoring, so Luka going to have to do it himself, and is basically playing like 5-on-1 out there right now. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm not too far away from Attleboro for the train. What Justin just put out there. Yeah, that's a way to get in, is by the commuter rail. Yeah, I usually go from Boston in the backside, actually. So my girlfriend, until we can find something together, which is hopefully going to be soon, she grew up like right outside of Boston, so she grew up in Belmont. She lives in Cambridge right now, but there's a couple train stations like within walking distance from her, and it's so much easier than commuting like into Boston. You can just get it from the backside, like behind Boston, and commute like north to south from Boston. 88-71 at the moment. 3-point shot missed around the rim and out by Luka. He's attempted just so many shots compared to the rest of this team. Not much balance at all. 12 for 24 by Luka. Kyrie 6 for 18. Everybody else with single-digit shot attempts as Holiday inside the post scores. Up and in. Off the glass. It's through for 2 by Drew. Celtics by 19. Shot got blocked down low. Pritchard tiptoeing the baseline. Tried to save it. Couldn't come down with it, though, as he stepped out of bounds. And it's going to stay Dallas possession. Drew Holiday just so good in this post-up game for him. Working on the Washington, just patient possession, going backdoor, scoring the bucket. Corner jumper missed off the rim short by Washington, as it's been a brick fest from 3 for Dallas. Just 5 for 23 from the perimeter. Yep, still at Whedon for me, doing a lot of their games, which is cool. Yeah, I actually helped out and wrote some of the articles in the post game too, which was pretty cool. So the guy that we work with, he's really good person. Has a lot of great connections out there in the sports business too. Derek White pokes it up loose, comes out with a steal. White attacks right to the rim and he scores up and in off the glass with a steal and a bucket by Derek White. And the Celtics cruising tonight in this game. Timeout on the floor taken by Dallas. 92-71 as we are down to 8:34 left to go in the fourth quarter. The Boston Celtics about to go 1-0 in the series. I'm looking to do one of those highlight reel things once again for the NBA Finals highlight reel videos only. So I'm hoping to probably release that sometime on Saturday for me. So that's also another thing that I hope to do. I did that last year. It was really popular, where I did like the play-by-play highlights to every single game of the series. So once again, looking to do that once again this year. So that'll probably be out on Saturday because tomorrow after work I'm heading up to New Hampshire. So I'll probably work on that like Saturday morning when I'm up in New Hampshire and like one of those highlight reels of this game one of the series. But man, what a dominant start for the Boston Celtics here. This is looking like 5-1 right now on the floor. Like this could be a very quick series if Dallas can't figure out other options to get involved in scoring. And if Boston has a tough game, like there's gonna have to be multiple players having issues missing shots. Whereas Dallas, if Dallas is a tough game, it's because either one, Luka is off or Kyrie is off. And Kyrie has now been off for 2 straight games, this game tonight and also the last game of the regular season against the Celtics. And it's very tough to have both guys on point and produce like they did against Minnesota. Whereas the Celtics team, you're asking for, they got so many different hot hands. You're asking for 5 guys to have an off game, then that's much that's less of a challenge compared to just 2. Yeah, probably if we win the series right there, maybe I'll do that at the end of the series if that does happen for the celebration. Yep, those classic days back in high school, used to do that, and the kids enjoyed that down the hallway. That was a good time. Man, just what a start to this series. Just gotta keep on doing what they're doing for the Celtics, moving this ball around. They found their shot tonight. 15 made threes for Boston. They went 53-9 in the regular season when they made 15 threes or greater for them. Dallas actually leads the rebounds. This is crazy. The Celtics were up on the glass 24-12. Or no, the Celtics are up on the rebounds right now. Only up by 3, 38-35. I misread that as 31. Boston's rebound number has been cut down to just 3 right now. But the difference maker in the series has been assists here. Luka, who's been a triple-double machine, 6 triple-doubles in the entire playoffs. He's averaging just under 9 assists per game tonight for Luka. As a team, they have just 6 total assists right now. And Luka's only got 1. He's got 30, 10, and 1 for points, rebounds, and assists. 1 assist, 4 turnovers. Like, that's what happens when you take Luka just out of the game. Pick him up once he crosses the midcourt logo and don't even let him get inside the key. Here he is, quickly picked up by Holiday as we get back to action. Holiday picks him up right at the edge of the midcourt logo. Now guarded by Pritchard on a mismatch. Luka dribbles up at the free throw circle. Jumper, fall away over Pritchard. No good, rattled out. Rebound controlled by Tatum. Tatum dominant on the glass, up to a double-double. Only 13 and 10 tonight for JT, but JT is going to slow it down. This is a 21-point lead with Tatum with only 13 points. Tatum attacks downhill, dump off down low. Holiday couldn't finish at the rim as he missed the layup. Been a fast game so far. Right now, Luka crosses midcourt, guarded by Holiday once again, into the hands to Kyrie, working at the right wing, guarded by White. Right corner here for Kyrie, switched here, guarded by Horford, stumbled, lost it, came up on his feet with a dribble as he kept it alive. Washington turns the corner, drives over. Horford, tough shot, no good off the rim. Short offensive rebound. Washington powers his way, scores the 2. Yeah, doing those little things, even though it hasn't been a great game scoring-wise for him. He's just been locked down defensively and he's been crashing the glass this entire playoffs for him. Just been a double-double machine constantly. Tatum at the left wing towards his right around the perimeter, guarded by his former teammate Kyrie. 1-on-1 at the left wing perimeter. Tatum backs his way in the smaller Kyrie. Tatum follow-away jumper deep 2 over Kyrie, and he hits it. JT knocks it down. 15 for JT right now, down to 7 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Lively underneath as he is back in the game, flushes it down with a two-handed dunk. That's the first slam dunk in a long time by Dallas. They lead the NBA playoffs in slam dunk rate in the 2024 playoffs. Pritchard yet to score tonight in 11 minutes, looking to change that right now. Pritchard guarded at the top by Kyrie, bounce pass over to Tatum. Tatum takes on Josh Green, a 1-on-1, step back jumper, no good off the front rim. Offensive rebound control by Holiday, back to Tatum underneath, no good. Tip in, it is there though, it's good for 2 by Horford. Teamwork, dominant on the glass all throughout the course of this game tonight by the Celtics here. Luka picked up, guarded by Holiday, gets around him, guarded by Tatum, lob down low off to Lively. Lively underneath, gets fouled by Holiday. Yeah, Kyrie really struggled tonight. The only way that Dallas can win is that you need Kyrie and Luka to go off. And if that was to happen, you also need bad games from everybody all around the lineup for the Celtics in order to win. There's just too much firepower here by Boston. Like, Jason Tatum's only got 15 tonight. Like, he's capable of dropping down 30 on you. Tatum's struggling, just 6 for 15 from the floor. Just the media all this season has constantly disrespected Boston. Like, a lot of people still picked against them in the media. 6 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. 96-75. Lively missed both of the shots at the free throw line. Horford backs his way, double teamed at the corner. Outside the Holiday, laces up the 3, and he hits it. Drew Holiday rattles in the triple. What a blowout. 24-point advantage. Drew Holiday up to 12 tonight, 8 rebounds. Luka guarded 1-on-1 by Horford at the top. A lot of player usage out of Luka tonight. Floated up the shot, no good off the front rim. Looks like he's out of gas. This is just 2 guys basically trying to do as much as possible for Dallas, going up against much more balance for the Celtics, and they are running out of gas right now. Brown's 3 came up short. On the 3, though, he got fouled. So P.J. Washington, bad shooting foul as Jaylen Brown gets fouled from the right corner. This should be 3 shots coming up here at the free throw line for Jaylen Brown. This is just a clinic defensively tonight by Boston, what we're seeing here. 9 blocks, forcing Dallas to shoot just 40% from the floor, 22% from 3. 16 made threes by the Celtics. The Celtics are tripling Dallas in three-point make. 16 made threes by Boston, only 5 by Dallas. Dallas is 5 for 23. Celtics are 16 for 41 from 3. Yeah, just a monster blowout. 7 players won multiple three-point field goals. There's just so many shooters in the Celtics team. You can't defend them all. Like, you cannot defend these guys all. They only gave him 2 shots at the line, so Brown went 1 for 2. His foot was on the three-point line. Very close to being behind, but a tad on the three-point line. So 1 for 2 that time at the free throw line for Brown. Yeah, he needs improvements at the free throw line. Like, they're up by 25 right now as Joe Mazzulla will burn a timeout. 4:58 left to go in the fourth quarter. If they can improve at the free throw line, I mean, the sky's the limit for this team. He only shot the ball 6 for 10 at the free throw line tonight for Jaylen. Timeout on the floor by Mazzulla. Celtics down to 3 timeouts left. Dallas with 3 timeouts remaining. But, man, this game has been over a long time ago. There was a mini run that Dallas did to catapult their team back within, I believe it was 8. But Boston after that went on a 12-zip run right back, and they just closed it out big time. 100-75 in game 1 of this series for the Celtics in dominant fashion. Yeah. Celtics are just destroying the Mavs. Incredible balance. 6 guys down the lineup in double figures. 22 by Brown. 3 steals, 3 blocks by Jaylen Brown. 7 for 12 shooting. 20 points by Porzingis. He had 18 points in the first half for him. He played 21 minutes so far tonight. 15 by White. 15 by Tatum with 10 rebounds, 5 assists. And then 12 by Holiday, 10 by Horford. Excellent, excellent game all around for the Celtics here. Drilling 3 after 3 after 3. After they started off slow from 3. They started just 2 for 8 from the perimeter. And then they got into their gear. They found their rhythm. 16 made threes tonight. The Celtics play like this. This is going to be a sweep right now. I mean, Dallas looks like they're gassed. Like, they rely on just 2 players for the Mavs. And those difference makers come from the 3, 4, 5, and 6 guys around the lineup for the Celtics. Dallas, it's tough to get those offensive production numbers out of the 3, 4, 5, and 6 guys. Never mind the 2 guy tonight. The number 2 guy really struggled. Luka, he got his points. 30 points, 10 rebounds. Big key here. He got limited to just 1 assist. Celtics completely took him out of his game as being a playmaker. 14 points by P.J. Washington. He has 2 more points greater than Kyrie right now in this game. 12 points by Kyrie on 12 missed shots. 6 for 18 from the floor. Nothing from 3. 0 for 5 from the perimeter. He had a way off game for Kyrie. And even if he had 30, they would still be trailing in this game right now for Dallas. It would be a 7-point game if Kyrie had 30. If those 2 guys combined for 60 right now, they'd still be trailing at the moment. Derrick Jones Jr., he signed a minimum contract, really came crashing back down to earth in this game tonight. He was excellent throughout the playoffs, coming off playoff career highs for him, but this is looking like another level. Like, the Celtics have been here before. They lost against Golden State. They were gassed by the time they got to Golden State in the finals in 2022. This year, Celtics are completely different, closing out series victories in 5, 5, and 4 for Boston, going 12-2 in their first 14 games in the playoffs. And this Celtics team entirely different, and they are 3 games away, barring a miracle come from behind victory here by Dallas, which with under 5 minutes left to go looks impossible. They are 3 more victories away from Banner 18. Top of the NBA mountain, 1 over the Lakers for the Celtics. What a start in this series. Like, they know the goal. Al Horford, in his post-game interview after the sweep over Indiana, he talked about how they know the goal. They know the finish line is to finish off these series games early, and they know what happened from years past where they were taking the 7 games against the Bucks, the Sixers, the Heat multiple times, and then they got worn out against Golden State. This year, different here, hashtag for the Celtics, and it's working out that way right now. 4.5 left to go. Boston winning big in this one here. Straightaway 3. It is good from the perimeter. And that triple goes down for the Mavs to put themselves 178. Tatum, edge of the midcourt logo, not his best game at all today, only 15. Imagine if he could drop down 30 for Tatum. He backs his way. Tatum inside the key, held up and fouled by Jaden Hardy. We got 300 likes even. Appreciate everybody for joining in. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. The legends on the channel tonight. Dallas came in with a 5-game road winning streak. They hadn't lost a road game in a month since Game 1 against Oklahoma City on the road for them. And that was about a month ago on May 7th. Celtics by 22 with the basketball. Derek White on the floor with Tatum, Holiday, Pritchard, and Horford. Tatum, a dump off, down low, deflected out of bounds. Last touched off of Dallas. Just absolutely dominant performance. Top to bottom for Boston. Inbound to Pritchard. Pritchard, jumper, looking to get on the board, no good. He's had a tough game today, skidded off the rim as he misfired. Nothing in 12 minutes for Pritchard as Dallas attacks the rack, and the layup is good with a left hand by Jaden Hardy. The Discord link is posted in the description of this video that I have. So I get that Discord link in the description if anybody's interested in joining the channel Discord. All those links, membership link, merchandise, Discord, and my Twitter link at BehindTheArc14 is all posted in the description of this video. Holiday off the roll down, finds Tatum. Tatum underneath gets fouled. And 2 shots coming up at the free throw line here for Jason Tatum. Yeah, what a statement start in game 1 here. Jimmy, welcome in. Rope from the Philippines. Hit us up in the chat where you guys are from out here if you haven't already done so. We get a lot of great supporters out in the Philippines here. Philippines, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, Bahamas, all over the place. It's been awesome covering these playoff games for you guys. First free throw is good by Tatum. 101-80. They knew going into the series how clutch Luka and Kyrie are. All the talk was about the best backcourt in the NBA being Luka and Kyrie. Today, Kyrie was MIA against the Celtics, and he got locked up tonight in this game. The Celtics put that conversation to bed automatically. Tatum 16, 10, and 5 tonight for points, rebounds, and assists. Missed shot by Dallas, rebound by Tatum. Tatum up to 11 boards right now. Tatum crosses the midcourt logo, top of the key as he is guarded around the perimeter by Jaden Hardy. Tatum, 1-on-1. 5 in the shot clock for JT. Backs his way. Skip pass, right corner. Pritchard, jumper, baseline, off the mark, no good. Rebound secured by Dallas. Yeah, this potentially could be a sweep. Celtics got to just keep their foot on the gas pedal. Hardy down the hill to the paint, gets fouled. Luke Cornett did not play the entire game tonight. Just checked in right now. Rosano, welcome back in from the Philippines. Luis, thanks for joining back in from Ontario. I'll be back in for Game 2 Sunday night. Will be Game 2 at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. out in the Philippines. Feel free to join in for Game number 2. Celtics, been here before, weren't ready the first time back in 2022. This team, based on the first game, just seems like they have learned from their lessons in the past. They know all the talk. Best backcourt in the NBA, Luka and Kyrie. Clutch players, can win in crunch time, can make big shots in crunch time. Celtics put that conversation right to sleep tonight as they are going to win this one in dominant fashion. Second free throw is good by Hardy. 101-82. 2:40 left to play. Pritchard crosses the midcourt logo. Outside the Cornets, he is on the floor with Pritchard, Hauser, Savi Mikhailiuk, and O'Shea Brissett. They get their bench guys into the game. Mikhailiuk with a runner, a kiss off the glass, and he scores up and in off the backboard for 2 by Mikhailiuk. You know it's a good game when Mikhailiuk, a bench guy, scores. Pritchard up the floor here off the Hauser steal. Outside the Cornet, hand off Hauser. Hauser has made 2 threes tonight. Floats up the runner. Off the rim, no good. Tip in. It is good by Luke Cornett. Everybody making an impact tonight for the Celtics. Down to 2 minutes left to go. Hardy at the top, dribbles towards his right. Hardy working on Brissett. Dribbles up to the free throw circle. Spin move. And Brissett gets called in the reach and foul. So only 1 game through. I wouldn't call it a sweep just yet, but a lot of good signs here for the Celtics. Really, really good signs in the series. Worth to come. Monster first quarter. Monster first quarter by them. Really propelled them tonight. They outscored Dallas 37-20. And that's what I was thinking about in this series, is that the difference maker happens to be is that, Celtics depth is so much better in terms of balance because Luka in this playoffs is averaging 28. Kyrie is averaging 23. After that, Washington's averaging 13. Derrick Jones, Gafford, both of those guys are averaging around 9. And then Lively is averaging just under 9. And for the Celtics, it's just much more balance. And Tatum only had 16 tonight in this game. Tatum's averaging 26 in the playoffs. Brown's averaging 25. White's averaging just under 18. As the bucket is good by Boston to go at 107-84. Horford averaging 9. Pritchard was averaging around 7.5, but Porzingis X Factor averaged 20 in the regular season for him. Couple late buckets here right now, down to the final. I got to get that clock rolling. Minute 15 left to go. Currently just a dominant performance top to bottom here for the Celtics. Right down the lineup. 6 guys in double figures tonight. Pritchard drives. Moves it over to Brissett. Off his hands. Turns it over. Final minute left to go. And just an incredible Game 1 matchup here for the Celtics. Corner 3 wide open. Josh Green buries it. Wow, indeed. Just phenomenal. The Boston Celtics looking for their redemption tour for Banner 18. And they did it tonight with ease. Came out aggressive, knocking down shots, lockdown defense, everything to like about the Celtics. The big key tonight, limiting the Dallas Mavericks to an unheard total in the assist column. 23 assists for Boston, just 9 for Dallas for assists. Luka came into this series averaging 9 assists per game tonight. He is limited to 1 total assist, and as a team, they only have 9. Celtics about to dribble out the clock, and they will go up 1-0 in the series in dominant fashion. 107-89. The Boston Celtics, big time. In game number 1, they are 3 games away from winning Banner 18 to be at the top of the NBA platform in most championships as a franchise. Celtics tonight do it with ease inside the TD Garden as we go final. 107-89, the final score. Boston goes up 1-0 the series, and the winner of game number 1 wins the series 75% of the time. Big victory tonight by Boston, just all around. Excellent game from top to bottom. This is Celtics basketball. The t-shirt behind me. Boston is a brotherhood. It reads right behind me. Big time tonight for the Celtics. Man, just incredible. And Jason Tatum, by the way, he struggled tonight in this game. He finished with only 16 points for JT. It was just all around balance together between everybody. Porzingis was huge. Porzingis finished with 20 points. 18 of those points came in the first half. Trying to see if these stats can come in right now for me. ESPN actually had where I get my stats from, ESPN actually had a glitch with their stats right now, so I'm trying to refresh, but they don't have it posted on the page. But wow, they limited Dallas to just 9 total assists. Just incredible. Throughout today's game here, we're gonna jump on Google Stats to get the numbers for you guys before we sign off. Right down the lineup, they had 6 players in double figures tonight for the Celtics. So Luka got 30 points, 10 rebounds, just 1 assist. He was limited to tonight in this game. Celtics right down the lineup, 6 guys, double figures, balancing it out all the way around. 22 by Jaylen Brown. He had 3 steals and 3 blocks. 20 points by Porzingis, 18 points in the first half for him. Major X factor coming back playing like that in 21 minutes. Incredible what he did tonight for KP, reminding everybody that he's back after missing a month of basketball. 16 and 11 rebounds by Tatum. 15 by Derek White. 12 by Drew Holiday. And then 10 points by Al Horford. Just all around, just excellent basketball from start to finish here for the Celtics as they made 16 threes. Regular season, they won 53-9 when they made 15 threes. They're great. They got 16 tonight for the Celtics. And their defense was a force. Limited Dallas to under 42% shooting. Dallas only 26% from the perimeter tonight in this game. And that difference came down to the assist total. Major difference. 23 assists by Boston, just 9 by Dallas. Completely took Luka out of the game as a playmaker, forced Luka to turn it into a scorer, which Luka went crazy, shot just attempting shot for shot in this game for him, and one guy can't win you the game for Luka tonight. Now the numbers have come in. Luka went 12 for 26, 4 for 12 from 3 for him with 30 points. After that, Kyrie went 6 for 19, PJ Washington 5 for 11. The rest of the team had single-digit shot attempts. After that, there's just not much balance there because you rely heavily upon two guys. Whereas the Celtics, you got multiple guys who can knock down threes. 7 different players made multi-threes in this game for Boston. You got 7 guys who can knock down threes. There's just way too many weapons in this series. Tatum attempted 16 shots. Brown attempted 12. White attempted 11. Porzingis off the bench attempted 13. 9 attempted shots by Holiday. 8 attempted shots by Horford. Pritchard attempted 7 shots. Just so much balance. Like, you got multiple guys that you have to defend, whereas Dallas, you're focused on just 2. And if you take away the playmaking from Luka, he's never going to be able to kick the ball out to the corner to open shooters like Washington and Jones, and he could not do that tonight. And also, they took away the lob threats completely. There were 0 alley-oop jams in this game by Dallas tonight, and that is their go-to, is with Luka as a playmaker. It's corner threes or alley-oop lobs. They completely took that away tonight. The presence of Porzingis, picking up Luka early at midcourt and forcing him into deep jumpers, contested jumpers, or getting it to other players who are forced to take contested shots. It just completely took them out of the style that they want to play, which Dallas wants to run with the basketball out in transition, slam dunk down the ball, alley-oop lobs over the top with guys cutting backdoor to the defense. They took that completely away from them tonight, right out of their style. Celtics take game 1, 107-89, the final score. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining in. You guys, the absolute legends, MVPs out here on the stream. Crazy thing about tonight's stream was that the Mavs, as we're going to end that poll right now, had more votes than the Celtics, 51 to 49. It usually tips up 1 percentage point higher for some reason, but the Mavs were 51% Dallas, 49% Boston out of the 1,400 votes cast here on the channel tonight. I'll be back on Sunday, game number 2 at 8 p.m. Eastern time. That is 8 a.m. out in the Philippines for game 2. We're going to close out to the channel members here in just a moment. Starting off on the right foot, 3 more to go for the Celtics. Let's go here, Celtics Nation. Looking for Banner 18. It's been 16 years in the makings. And a big shout out to Brad Stevens here for constructing this team. Porzingis and Holiday, man, really paying dividends. The Derek White trade from a couple years ago. The Jaylen Brown extension. Just everything has been just incredible for the Celtics. And it is all like working out right now at the best time possible in the NBA Finals. Celtics up 1-0 in the series. I actually changed that over since we have that for the next one as well. So Boston goes up 1-0 in the series, and Dallas down 0-1 in the series. Dominant victory, 107-89 for the Celtics. And we're going to close out to the channel members. All channel members get a shout out at the end of each and every single one of my live streams. We got Jason, Warren, Rajeep, I Am Ghost, David, Asia, Paul, Russell, John, Mark, Kelly, Jeffrey, Vegas, Barco, Oink Oink, Michael, Katie, Bradley, Daniel, Derek, Sister Surround, Mario Guido, Tristan, Chuck, SG Sports Talk, Ice Ice Baby, Robin Melinda, Jack City, and Shalimar, Iceberg Slim 38, Matthew M. Stone, Miles Davis, and We Are Living in a Great Depression. Thanks all for joining in tonight, being a part of the stream. The Celtics do it with ease. 3 games away from Banner 18, the final score. 107-89, the final. I'll be back on Sunday. Tune in for game number 2 at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Thanks so much all for joining in, and enjoy the rest of your